Hey everybody, how we doing? My name is Ed Madison, and with me today I have the great and powerful Darin Peterson across the table from me here at the EMPP headquarters here in Durant, Iowa.
Right.
We also have with us today, how do you pronounce that?
You know, I don't even know. Glemorangi? There you go. What's orange? You see the orange here.
Yeah.
Gotta break it down.
Is that why the box is that color?
You know, it could be.
Yeah.
Could be. That's a Scotch whiskey, though, so.
It is. So just like always, and for those that have watched the podcast and, you know, the guests that have been on here, they have expectations, and I want them to when they're here. And Scotch is definitely provided, unless you're not able to have a drink of some kind, then we do coffee.
I actually wanted coffee. He forced the Scotch on me.
Fucking did. There ain't no way he was getting away for this one.
No,
so.
He had a gun and everything. It was sad.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
I mean, I basically had to dig into my kids' college fund to buy this today. So
that's what he told me.
It's a tough life out there.
I feel bad.
But it's okay.
Yep.
McDonald's has such a great 401k. I think I'll be good in the long run.
Right,
so.
right. Yep.
Exactly. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and open this up. I'm going to swing this. This is so cool. And I posted some pictures of this on my Instagram. If you're not following me there.
Magnetic.
Yeah, look at that.
Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again?
I'm going to see the reveal. That is so cool. How does that...
It's magnets.
Where's it catching at, though?
Is that like, I don't know, science or something?
It could be.
Yeah.
Where's Bill Nye at? You need him.
So what's really cool about this set that I got, it has a couple of samples too. So I figured maybe we could start off with some samples.
Let's do it.
And then after we go through these samples,
I'm going to get freaking drunk.
After we go through these samples, I'm going to open up the main bottle. And then while I'm opening up the main bottle, like in the past couple episodes, I'm going to have Darin introduce himself formally and basically explain who the hell he is and why he's here.
So these are not Dollar Tree, right? Because these are glass.
Right. It's not plastic.
Dollar Tree would have the plastics. So
man, that made a lot of noise.
It's like you have some gas over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I put this here?
Go for it. You know what?
It blocks everything.
Sponsorships possibly. So
I keep hoping for that, and I keep reaching out.
Any hits?
No, I'm pretty sure Glenn Livet got back to me and said, or Balvenie, and said something like, Scotch is always better when you have somebody to share it with. I said, no, that's not what I asked for. Can I get hook us up?
Hook us up.
We'll drink it every time.
Right.
Nothing. So on these, what do we have here? We've got.
I think you should switch to like vodka.
Sherry cask finish La Santa 12 year. What do you have over there?
I have like La Quinta. No, it's not La Quinta, but it is like because the is La. So La Quinta Cuban.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let me see that just really quick.
Go ahead. You're better pronounce.
No, I'm not.
This is real glass too. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know, right? These are like your souvenirs you get to take with you, by the way. How about this? Let's go ahead and open these up right now. Let's each have a half of each.
Let's do it.
You okay drinking after me? Is that all right?
Of course.
I got herpes of the mouth and stuff. So.
Fuck yeah. You haven't seen mine yet. I got worms.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can get those through drinking.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of that garbage there. Anyway, so how was it? Did you already have some?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Are we going to toast? All right, so here's the EMPP number 10, 10th episode.
Perfect.
It's pretty good.
Well, that is good.
Yeah, okay. So basically, for those that are listening on SoundCloud, or if they're, I don't know, I guess all the other sources are video at this point.
That's smoky.
We're basically drinking these little samples of Glenmorangi.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that was smoky.
So go ahead. Let's go ahead. One more toast. All right. Actually, this one's smoother.
No.
Yep, I was right.
This one is definitely smoother. That one's really smoky, though. Did you get like a cigar smoke almost? It really was.
It'd probably be a good pairing with a cigar.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, have you had a cigar lately?
I have not, no.
Wood tipped?
I have. Yeah. I can't afford them. I'm broke. I work at Burger King, so.
Yeah. What's it like at Burger King?
Well, you know what? It's fun because I'm the fry guy.
Yeah.
And I know you work at McDonald's.
Right.
But I am definitely all the way Burger King. I love it. I'm like the special forces of the fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like the crosstown rival for you is what I am.
You are. Actually, I see you at work all the time there, so I'm
Yeah.
half tempted to flatten your tires one of these days. But
You know, the nice thing is about being a janitor at McDonald's is that my job is secure because those kiosks that they just put up at
Jesus,
McDonald's.
yeah.
I mean, obviously that affects the cashiers.
Right.
And are they called servers or cashiers there?
you know what they're called? They're called the Princess of Peace. They're just awesome people. They're really awesome. So
They are. I mean,
they're very knowledgeable.
and you know, you're an awesome person too. So do me a favor while I'm cracking open this big old bottle here.
Oof, that's a
I'm gonna
big
have
bottle.
Darin kind of introduce himself however he wants to.
Fuck
for it.
all of you. You know, I told Ed at the beginning of this thing I'm going to cuss at every sentence. So fuck. I missed the first like 3 sentences. So anyway, my name is Darin Peterson. I've been mentioned on the podcast a few times before all this about my earring for what.
Did you tell him why you didn't wear your earring tonight?
Well, I do have it. I have it in.
Oh, it
I
is. in?
just don't have the long fuzzy ones I was
Proof.
going to wear.
Let's see it.
There it is. See it right here.
Make sure and tilt your head there so you can see it.
Right there.
Earrings.
And see, the reason why I have this, it's a true story. I'm a product of the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, and everybody in the 80s was getting their ears pierced. And it wasn't, I guess back then, that was the gauging of today.
yeah.
Because everybody now does gauges, and I think that's just dumb.
Well, wait now. Tunnels or gauges? There's a difference.
Well, there is a difference. I didn't know what tunnels. What's tunnels?
so a tunnel, and please, forgive me if I'm wrong here, but the tunnels are you can stick your finger through them.
Ooh.
A gauge is solid all the way through, right? So a solid,
Okay,
the
I
solid
learned
one, yeah. See, that's what we have this
I
podcast
just
for.
learned something.
And I'm going to learn things from you. This will be
Yep.
great.
Yep.
But the tunnels you can actually put something through, but the gauges, I'm pretty sure again are the ones that are just. It's like a disc. It's like a solid disc, right?
I don't know. I thought I knew, but now I guess I don't.
That reaction,
Yeah,
that's the feeling those people are going to get when they take those out of their ears eventually.
Yeah. See, my daughter, she wants to get gauges. I'm like, no. Now you do anything with your hair because the hair grows back. So now she does the whole pixie cut with the dye. You know, she'll do a different dye color every week, and I'm okay with that. I really am. She's almost 18. Do what you want with the hair because the hair grows back. Gauging, no. And see, the misconception now about these kids is they think that when they pull the gauges out, it'll grow back. They'll tell you that.
Or unstretched,
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. They say you go up to a certain size, and once you pull them out, they'll grow back. Well, I'm telling you right now, boys and girls, I've had this thing in since 1989. I could pull it out. I could probably keep it out for 20 years and put it back in. That's a small hole.
It's a tight butthole.
Yeah, it's a tight butthole. I can almost put 2 rings, so the double penetration in the earrings almost.
So I think we're.
That was a moment of silence.
I think
there.
we're almost 8 minutes in, and we're talking about DP already. So this is going to be interesting.
But I've known Ed for, how many years? So I've known you since 2009.
That's all right.
It's been drinking.
That's all right. Sweet glasses, though, right?
My choice, right?
Right. Exactly. And my girlfriend, like I said, is probably going to use these to smack me upside the head with if I get out of line. They're so heavy.
They are really heavy. Holy crap. But I've known Ed for a long time, and we've been in 2 bands, I think.
Yep.
But we've had a lot of fun together. I mean, honestly, you're a great friend. Ed's the kind of guy that I go to if I have questions on guitars. You helped me build my pedal board. I actually bought your old pedal board from you, and that thing is awesome. I just love it. Heavier than shit, but
By the way,
I love it.
My current pedal board is holding the cameras right now.
It is. If I kick it, it'll all fall over. So I'm not
it's pretty heavy. I don't think it'll knock over.
Yeah, but that it's been fun. I mean, we've had a good time. We had a lot of good experiences. One of my most fondest memories was when we played Martinis one time.
Yeah.
And so we're playing, and our drummer Chad had a electric kit. And halfway through one of the songs, his kit goes out completely. Remember that? The monitors go out.
Oh, the
monitors go out.
Yes, I do
so
remember that.
We didn't hear any drums.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we just start scooting towards the drums to hear the kick.
Yeah. And the thing is that I'm pretty sure that Roland kit he had, which was one of the nicest ones you could ever get from them, it had the mesh heads like mine has out in the garage.
It helps work for McDonald's. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep,
well,
absolutely.
basically to get that Roland kit that I have, 25 kV is the model. I mean, it's not the top end, it's not the low end.
Right.
I had to draw a little bit out of my 401k. The problem
Ouch.
is when you draw that money out, they tax the hell out of you.
But when you see the quarters on the floor and you pick the quarters up and you can save them, I mean that pays off after a while because I'm sure you catch that stuff in the bathroom. You know, the drunk guy losing his dollar.
You'd really be surprised how many quarters are in the urinal.
Absolutely, the dimes.
But I'm not even afraid to go after them.
No,
because I feel like if I can
It's a dime.
No, quarters, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dimes,
Yep.
I'm a little bit like, you know, they're a little bit smaller. They're harder to get a hold of.
Right.
The dime is the smallest currency we have.
Right.
Is it not, or is that the penny?
Well, the penny kind of is, but no. So a true
Keep
story.
talking.
So a true story. So like I had a buddy of mine. His dad was frugal kind of guy, and so they were in the bathroom and they were taking a piss, right? And the stall was a dime, and they're laughing. They're like, yo, you just wait. You know, Dad comes in here. He'll grab that dime because he's some miser. He'll grab it.
Oh my God.
So he comes walking in. The dad comes walking in, and they're pointing to it. He's like, what? I'm like, there's a dime right there. He goes, I'm not reaching for a fucking dime. Reaches in the pocket, pulls a quarter out, throws a quarter in. He said, but I will for 35 cents, and pulls it out. It's just like, you can't make that shit up, man.
No,
it was rich. It's
That's
good.
pretty clever, too.
You got 35 cents out of that shit, so.
That's so wrong.
Well, I'm sure it was clean. You flush it once or twice, it's good to go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, it's got to be clean. Put a little, sanitizer on it.
You know, wash your hands twice, you know. What's the 5-second rule?
So the dime is the smallest. It says the $1 gold coin is the smallest, but that's not in production. And the dime, it looks like.
Oh, you're talking diameter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, see that? Okay, yep.
What were you thinking about?
I don't even know. You know what? I had a buffalo nickel years ago that I bought for a cheap necklace.
Yeah.
I thought that was the lowest, but it's not. That wasn't even real. So
You bought it off a cheap necklace?
I did. Well, it was a cheap necklace, and I bought it because it had an eagle and one of those buffalo nickel things on there. And it was small, really small. I thought it was real for the longest time until I realized it wasn't real. Yeah. So
Bummer.
I was gullible as a kid.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we all learn.
We did.
Just like you learned what today?
About gauges and tunnels.
There you go.
Yeah, and scotch. I like this one. I think we should do this one next time.
Well, I can get a bottle of that for next time.
Yeah, this is good.
I mean, you're going to come back and do this? You haven't even been like 10 minutes in yet.
I know.
Thinking you're going to do it?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Is your body ready?
I don't know. I'm not sure if my body's ready. I'm ready though.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Your mind's ready.
That's it.
So Darin did the introduction. It's cool to have you here to talk a little bit. And you know, none of these are planned, right? So it's just an excuse to get together.
Fucking winging it.
It's an excuse to get together and just drink a little bit.
That's what
right?
you said.
I mean, basically, that's all
We're
I do.
gonna halfway through the show. We're gonna stop and just stare for 5 minutes.
Let's
just do it. Right into their eyes.
I'm not comfortable with that right now.
Gonna.
Because it's like new to them.
I'm gonna
it's
bite
not,
my lip.
It's not new to us, but it's new to them.
God damn
I don't want to scare away the 3 fans that I have.
The 4. There's 4.
Is there 4?
There's 4.
I mean, there's a few out there. I appreciate you, by the way.
Absolutely. Every one of you in scotch is good. But I did notice that last time that when Brandon was on here, he didn't drink a lot of his scotch.
Oh shit! Calling out Brandon on the scotch consumption.
He called me out, and you know what? That son of a bitch. I'm gonna call him out.
Yeah. So Brandon and Darin, they're like Milli Vanilli. If you know who Milli Vanilli
Only we
is.
sing our own shit, so
Exactly, and none of them sing, which is the ironic part. But yeah,
no, we can't.
So you and
basket.
Brandon, the previous guest that was on the podcast, that they were in bands too, and that's kind of how I met Brandon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And we talked about that on the podcast. I feel like it was down there in Wilton at the old. Where was that place at that's closed up now?
It was one more round, I think, wasn't it?
What was it before that?
It was the Steel Wheel, right?
Something Wheel. You're right. You're on the right.
Steel Wheel.
Was it the Steel Wheel?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because I went there and the stage was real tall, and you had a bass
Nice
player.
stage though.
You had a bass player that got really, really drunk. He knocked the lights over.
By the way, rest in peace.
Yes, he's not. And I'm not making fun of the guy right now. He's not
Nope.
with us anymore.
Absolutely no disrespect.
No disrespect
to him
at all.
Yep.
He was a great guy, I'm sure. And I didn't know him. I didn't know as well as I knew you. But yeah, it was. One of the memories of that show was he did get a little tipsy, and the lights come over, and I think Brandon played with you that night.
So like we talked about, and not to go too deep into the previous podcast because we don't want to focus on things we can talk about, but I feel like you and him were there, and he ran up the road to your house, grabbed a guitar, and played like played like Shine or something by Collective Soul or whatever.
I thought you were
was.
going to say you played like shit.
No,
But you said Shine,
Of
so I
course
nice
not.
recovery.
Shine.
Shine.
Shawshank
He
Redemption.
played like Shine.
What was that? What was that movie where they go and?
I don't even know.
I'm trying to remember. It's on the it's tip of my tongue. Who can remember that movie? Put it in the comment
Put
section
in the
below.
comments down below.
Exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, I know Darin played in a couple of bands with him. He was the reason I drank heavily. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
No, he's not kidding.
Well, we'll save that for later. But so he's here today, and we're basically here to talk about his profession at Burger King as a is it a fry?
I'm a fry special forces.
Special forces.
Yeah, I'm actually. They rank us actually. I'm actually a colonel in that field. So yeah, we go in groups actually. I don't know how you guys do it at McDonald's, but we go in groups. So we team up with 3 people and we just tackle like the fry station. And it's really it's overwhelming for guys. I like drink from a fire hose. I mean they can't gather up all the information because there is a perfect fry. And if you focus on the perfect fry, Ed, it's got to have that golden brown texture. It does, and it has to have the 45-degree angles on the ends.
So let's be clear: is that I want to talk more about this.
Yeah.
So the perfect fry has got this. You're describing this is hard to get just one, but you want it to be the whole batch, right?
Yes. Your ultimate goal as a fry tech is to have the whole thing being that golden brown. Now everybody thinks that the fry comes from a potato. It's not. It comes from a frozen bag. So whoever said they come from potato, they was wrong. But anyway, we get the bags. They come every Thursday normally on a truck. They get brought in, and the thing of it is, you'll get those black ones. You want to throw those out because if a customer gets a black fry, they think it's like a cockroach.
It's not like
Sometimes
a
it
4-leaf
can
clover.
be.
I mean, it's
no,
like rare.
it's not.
You know?
It's not.
No,
You don't
not
want
so
to get
much.
one. They taste bad. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Is it even a potato at that
I
point?
don't think so.
Like something slipped into
Is
the
there
potatoes and got grinded through the
Is it real meat?
processor?
Is it real meat?
I mean, at Burger King or McDonald's? Just kidding.
We're not working at
I don't
Wendy's
want. I don't want to lose my job.
Right, we're not working at Wendy's here.
Yeah, don't want to lose my job at McDonald's. So because I don't do anything with food, that's why I always like hearing the other side of the business. Because for me,
I'm so lucky.
when it comes to sanitizers, right, sanitizers, mops, brooms.
So do you get like the big spray bottles or the small ones? What do you prefer? I mean, obviously the smaller spray bottles you can wheel them around faster than the bigger one. I'm sure. Is there a difference?
You know, I really prefer for spray bottles. You're saying?
Yeah.
I do prefer something that I can holster.
Ooh.
If I can holster it on my belt.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Batman. You know how Batman has that utility belt?
Yes.
So when you're a janitor, though, you actually have all kinds of things at your disposal for quick
brushes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You need to be. Here's the hard part, though. You need to be careful because if you ever see that cockroach in the corner,
no,
you need to corner it. Right?
Never at Burger King.
Again, we're not trying to lose our jobs by talking about this. One time I had this big old cockroach cornered, right?
Yep.
You know, I was too afraid to get right in at it right away, so I was like chasing it down the baseboard.
Was it the one that says your name?
No. Ed. It didn't talk, motherfucker. I was not high or drunk when that happened. God, so I chased it. And I don't get high or drunk, by the way.
No.
Especially drunk.
No, especially drunk.
Yep.
God. You need to get the nose stick.
I know. I'm due for new
some
coasters.
Teflon?
By the way, I'm thinking about starting a Patreon account. So if you want to donate,
a
GoFundMe page. For only 99 cents per donation, you can help Ed with Ed Madison Podcast Project get new coasters that won't stick to the Scotch glasses.
Oh my God, this one's horrible. But okay, so let's keep it real.
Well, no. I want to finish the story first.
Go ahead,
Give me a second. So I chased this roach into the corner, not to cut you off. So you know at that point where you think you got him, right? And then you pull out your holster, right? Your utility belt. And it ends up being like the speedball or the cleaner. It wasn't actually it wasn't the roach
the plunger
killer.
Or something. I mean,
it wasn't the roach killer. So what I try to do is keep speedball or like the disinfectant cleaner on the right.
Yep.
And then I try to keep the roach killer on the left. The problem is
you had them switched.
I had them switched. That's the problem.
Second shift probably used your belt.
No.
And they switched them.
I bought my belt. I'm bougie as fuck. So basically,
You're balling.
I bought the nicest utility belt
Right.
for a janitor I
Right.
could ever find.
The double lock version?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's got the
Yep.
two,
Yep.
you know.
I know
and
what you're talking
then-
about. They're awesome.
Right. Like it's got the holes through it and
Yep.
stuff like
The
that.
double hooks.
Yeah.
So in case one fails, you have a backup.
I do, and it looks stylish at the same
does.
time.
It does.
and it's accepted by McDonald's. It's what is it called? The standards of McDonald's.
Right.
It's like this Bible of what
Like
you
the
can and
ANSI,
cannot
but
do.
it's not ANSI. It's not ISO. It is the McDonald's standard.
It's fucking OSHA approved at this point, so that's all that matters, right? So anyway, bad story. He ended up getting away. So anyway, what were you gonna say?
So anyway, keeping it real. I watched one of your podcasts. It was one that you had. It was a couple back. I'm not sure even who the guest was, but you were talking about autonomous cars. And you're talking about Uber. You're talking about Ubers. And,
yeah.
And the autonomous,
Lyft.
all that stuff. Yes, Lyft,
Yep,
all that.
yep.
So I drive a lot for my job. So I drive to a lot of Burger Kings. I don't go to just one. I go to several. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Scotch. So anyway, so I drive a lot. And so when you're talking about the autonomous cars,
Yeah.
I get a little scared
Why?
because I want to drive. I want to be in control of my own future, Ed. So if I have to, it's like Siri. You know how long it's taken me to trust Siri to text my text for me?
Sure.
I have to do it now, though, because if you get caught driving while texting,
Yeah.
so it's not a good thing. So I don't like losing control. I like to have that control.
Sure.
And I will tell you this: if you do tell Siri to fuck off, she will text that, and she'll send it to whoever you want to send it to.
You want some fun facts?
What's that? Go ahead.
Siri fucking sucks. And we can get into the Apple Android debate all day long.
Here,
Google Assistant.
I forgot you're a Samsung guy. Or no, you're an
No,
Android
and
guy.
that's the most. This is how I can't take somebody seriously when they say Samsung instead of Android, because people assume that there's only they only assume there's one device. But man, are they smoking crack?
I
That's
know.
for sure.
I do smoke some crack on occasions.
I mean, that's fine.
I
It's
just smoke some frick. I'm walking
it's
in
doing
here.
good. You're looking good. I mean, it's keeping you.
Looking svelte, ain't I?
That's okay.
Look at you though.
What?
You look good. I'm telling you. I've
hitting
known
on me right now,
I've
so.
known this guy for a long time now, and I've seen him go through phases. Remember the no beard phase?
Well, I had to. The thing was when I
Right.
was working at Krieger's in Muscatine,
Right.
you know, they didn't want any facial hair, right?
Bastards.
I know, because they're old school.
I think they changed now.
Right.
Have
towards,
they?
Towards the end, I didn't give a shit anyway. I always wore a goatee.
Right.
Kind of like what you wear, basically. But
Well,
not
that
as
was cool.
Not as so epic as what
Right,
his wear.
right.
You know, what do you wear? But
I wanted to braid it, but it's not long enough.
so wait, so no beard. What are you getting at? What are my phases?
So you had the shaved phase, then you had the grizzly Adams. So 'cause at one time it got really fluffy.
Oh yeah, there's pictures.
I wanted
out
to
there.
pet it. It was so fluffy. But yeah, but
Full
not,
beard, right? You're saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. And then you've done the different with the hair. I mean, because you had the
Like shave it off.
not
basically.
like this, but you had stubble showing.
Sure.
It was a fashion statement, I think, at that time. But
It was me not wanting to do anything with my hair. You know what? You want to know what
and
happened?
I still don't do that. So
You want to know what happened with the situation with the hair while I let it grow now? Do you like my hair, by
I
the way?
do. It's got a little bit of a fluff to it.
I demand compliments at this point.
I love
so
it.
Do you like?
That's
okay.
fine. Can I touch it?
Just kidding. No, you can't fucking touch it. Anyway,
God
so
damn.
I've told the story before, and I probably said it on another podcast. But basically, in my job, when I travel to McDonald's from place to place, city to city, the people that work there, they're like, you know what? You can grow hair, but you don't grow your hair.
Really?
Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
It
See, I
was-
can't grow hair.
So, but what it was is that
can't.
it was the old boys at these places I'm going. They're like, you know, bald and like receding hairlines.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, you can grow,
Yeah.
but you're not growing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna
this.
start growing my hair.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you.
You look good. So I noticed I've gained weight. I've gotten fat. I have. No, don't be. It's from sitting in a car and driving from one Burger King to the next and sampling the fries, man.
Don't I know?
That freaking.
Don't I fucking know?
The grease we use is the best, but I'm telling you. I eat good. So anyway, but yeah. So the autonomous cars thing kind of scares me. The whole not having control of my car. I'm afraid I'm going to go past Burger King and have to circle back around, and there won't be any steering wheel to do it with. Is that true? Is there going to be steering wheels or not?
No. So
Son of a
recently,
bitch.
so not to kind of jump subjects, it's staying a little bit within. So
Yeah.
recently, Darin sent me some pictures of an event he was at, and there was a Bolt EV that was elevated off the ground. Can you explain quickly what that event was and what that was?
So what it was is it's for those of you, it's IMTS. So the IMTS is for all the food product people, and they're having a different way of picking up your fry baskets and dumping them. So they had a car they were picking up and moved this car around. 2 years before that, they had a brand new Corvette sitting doing that with it. And what they were doing, they were bringing this car down, this Bolt, and they're bringing it down, and they had another robot coming in and plugging it in. It was kind of cool. I didn't send you all that picture, but there was if you look down below that, there was another robot there that was plugging the car in,
Like a 220 volt or
yes,
was it 110?
Well, whatever it was the plugged to the side.
There's multiple versions. There's actually a DC fast charger feature on those.
Okay.
Too.
I don't know. I'm a fry guy, so I don't know.
I mean, I am a fry guy. I'm a janitor,
You're
so
janitor.
I mean, I know we're getting our signals crossed here.
I know.
Just to be clear, if we leave the food industry out of this for a second, start back again. So this is, what's the acronym stand for again? The event?
IMTS.
What does it stand for?
It's motherfucking Tuesday, son of a bitch. I don't know what it means. It's no, I don't even know what it means.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
It's some tool show. It's a tool and so I'm gonna give away what I'm doing, but it's a tool show that they have every 2 years in Chicago, and they do it at the McCormick Place up there. It's a huge event. Every year it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and this year it was actually the record attendance. I think by 1 o'clock they had already beat the record, which is crazy for attendance. So we went there, and this actually was a FANUC. Go ahead.
What's the acronym again? I'm listening
IMTS.
to IMTS.
Yep.
I'm going to need like an assistant someday to do all this for me.
Goddamn right. There it is right there.
So it stands for International Manufacturing Technology Show.
There you go.
Yep. So keep going.
So anyway, so they had, if anybody's familiar with CNCs or any kind of controls, there's a FANUC or the FANUC, however you want to say it, but there's a FANUC control that goes on CNCs, and this booth was all about the FANUC. They had robotics, bunch of robotics. It was cool because they had this one robot that was putting plates on, and another one taking them off. It was just all photo cell. It was taking pictures of as it was going through and knowing where stuff was at. So that was kind of neat. And then they had this car. This is what I was showing you because I thought
the Bolt EV. And just to be clear,
cool.
Can you do me a favor when we talk about this? This is the OCD part of me coming through.
Sure.
And maybe it's going to be something you can learn too. When you, and I'm being serious.
Absolutely.
So whenever you see that car again, that's a Bolt EV.
A Bolt
EV.
Because I
Edward Victor.
I keep wanting to say Volt. It's not a Volt.
Do you understand me telling you that if you say a Bolt EV is a way that you can remember that it's different from the Volt?
Edward Victor.
So the reason why, do you like that?
I do.
And by the way,
name association is awesome for me.
Armed service, where were you at again?
I was in the Air Force.
Thanks for all your service in the past. Anyway,
Thanks.
So EV stands for electric vehicle. So we get confusion all the time from people. I mean, I hear about this when I'm sweeping floors at McDonald's. They say that people get confused because Volt and Bolt are so close.
Is there a Volt?
There is, absolutely. Volt came.
See, now I'm going to be all fucked up.
Bolt EV and Volt.
Right.
EV stands for
electric video. No.
Electric
vehicle.
So
there you go.
So this is Bolt EV though. Right. So it's basically showing automation.
Absolutely. So it's showing the repeatability of robotics and all that good stuff. And it was just a really cool event. And I know Ed, he has a soft spot in his heart for Chevys. And so I saw this. It's a nice looking car, by the way. It was really shiny. They did a good job.
The Bolt EV.
Oh, absolutely. They did a good job of presenting it. And so they're putting the car down, and then this robot's coming in and plugging the car in. I think it opened.
There's a door.
Open the door up, and it plugged it in. It sits there for a little bit, and then it unplugs it, shuts the door. The car gets picked up, goes around. I mean, it does this whole thing. Last year they had a Corvette, probably not an EV, being as it's a Corvette. But anyway, they had that 2 years ago.
Yep, you got to catch up, bro.
Go ahead, you just slap it on my face. Here,
this is a special occasion. We're not going to leave this behind. So,
I still gotta drive yet.
You can
Jesus.
sleep on the couch. You'll be fine.
Sorry, Bridget.
Bridget,
She might hit me though.
she's not going to watch this, right?
She's gonna hit me.
Bridget, please don't hit him this time. Give him a chance.
Please. I'm sorry, baby. In advance, I'm sorry. It's kind of the inside joke. I get beat by my wife. He's known Bridget probably for as long as I have, if not longer.
I would say longer.
Actually, that's how I met my wife. I went over to Ed's house. I've known Ed for a while before that. So I went to Ed's. He was playing in a show, an outdoor show, and I love seeing you play. So I was going to go up there and watch you guys play. That was
Kavanaugh's in Rock Island.
what? That was Autumn Falls.
Kavanaugh's in Rock Island. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we went to that, and Bridget, my wife, was my future wife, was there, and we kind of met, and I wasn't looking, and neither was she, and it was kind of the cool thing.
Those are always the best, aren't they?
We weren't looking, and it just happened to be, and I fell in love with her daughter, Mackenzie. She's a great kid.
Mackenzie's a great girl.
Great kid. She's 12 now, by the way. She's, oh my God. But we just kind of hit it off, and we've been together ever since. And I'm telling you, there's not a woman out there that I hate more and love more than that woman right there, because and she feels the same way about me. There's moments when she could just kick my ass.
I feel the same way.
You guys have a support group thing going on, I know, but she's a great woman. She really is. She treats me very well. She's a great cook. Yeah, so we've been together for 8 years now. And it just kind of shows my age. We've known each other, I think, for 9 years, I believe, because of that show.
And how long have we known each other then?
9. So I think we met.
It's only 9?
9 or 10. When did we meet? I was still up north when we talked. We met.
You were installing Dish, weren't you?
I had my own retail store. I had my own store up in Sumner. So I was working out of my own office up there. And I can't remember how long ago that was.
It doesn't matter at this point. I
no,
mean, we know it was a
doesn't.
long time, so cheers to that.
Absolutely.
But basically, though,
See, I kept it there. See,
if she abuses you, just wear a turtleneck, long
she doesn't need
sleeves,
bruises, though.
long sleeves.
She doesn't need bruises. She's good.
You know what? It's
She's a tacticianer.
It's going to be chilly tomorrow. If people say, Darin, why are you wearing long sleeves?
They're not going to know. You've never seen a woman use a phone book better than her. I mean, I'm telling you.
Do they still make phone books?
Yeah. We got the thin ones, though.
So let's get back then. I know we've kind of strayed a little bit. Let's jump back into you're scared about autonomous cars. You drive a lot.
Yes, I drive a lot.
Why would you be scared of something?
Let
me finish. Why would you be scared of something that has only had accidents when it involves human error?
This is a trick question.
It's not a trick question. It's a legit question.
For me, it has nothing to even do with the accidents. Because I'm telling you right now, I can have an accident just as fast as that car can.
Do you jaywalk on a regular basis?
Oh, you damn right I do.
Then you fucking deserve it.
I'm going to get hit someday. But my thing is I don't lose control. I like driving. You know, and that's me, I guess. That's the American blooded.
I feel the same way.
Person that comes at me. I love driving. There's that rush of hitting a little bird as you're driving down the road.
The rush?
Yeah, God,
the sad rush, right?
No, I love it. When I look back there and I'm seeing feathers flying up and the things just kind of flopping around and I know I got it, I give myself a little high five, a little fist bump in the air. But that's what I like. I like the fact that I can drive. I can get lost and blame myself. I don't have something else that I'm blaming.
So if you're using Siri, you'll get lost. But if you use Google Maps, you'll be all right.
No, absolutely not. Because I'm telling you right now, Siri does a good job.
Does she?
She does.
Why don't you Google search the difference between Google Assistant and Siri?
We're going to fight here in about 2 minutes.
It doesn't matter. I know I'm going to win this one.
So we're not going to talk about phones.
Samsungs versus iPhones, right?
Yeah, you know, but you don't have a Samsung, though. You have a
Google Pixel 2 XL.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I've tried the whole Android thing, and I didn't like it because...
Sure. How many years ago?
It's been a while. See, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you right now, Ed.
Educate me then.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. Years ago, I was an Android guy.
I know.
Absolutely. I loved Android. Actually, before that, I had BlackBerry.
I remember the BlackBerry situation.
Did you have the rollerball and the touchpad?
No, but I had the BlackBerry Storm. I had the BlackBerry Storm, motherfucker.
I had the rollerball one. I had a couple of those.
I know I talked about this on a previous podcast.
Yeah. And I had the touchscreen one, the touchpad one.
So this is the one I had. I had 2 of these, and then I went from this to Android devices.
Okay, so
yep, you look up there, you can see it.
I can see it. So What I had the one. No, where's mine at?
You had did you have a
the
curve?
one? See the one? Go down a little bit. Go down. To the left. There's a right there. Perfect. Click on that.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Is that a curve?
Nope. Go over one more. Just to your right.
Okay.
And there's two together right there. The one has the roller ball. I had one of those. Perfect.
Is that a curve? No.
I don't know.
So the Storm's on the left. That's the touchscreen one. And by the way, this will be in the video. If you're listening on SoundCloud, I'm sorry. Just jump on YouTube for me, okay?
Yeah. So anyway, I had the one with the roller ball, and every now and then that thing would get fuzz behind it. So you have to pop it out and clean the fuzz out.
It popped
back.
out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a little disc around. You had to pop that disc out, clean the fuzz out, put it back in. So I went from that to a touchscreen phone, and I remember trying to drive down the road, and I'm trying to text, and I could text with the BlackBerry because you could feel it because it had a QWERTY keypad. So I'm trying to drive down the road, and I'm trying to text. I'm about getting in an accident because I can't. I'm texting the wrong things. You didn't have auto text assist. You didn't have any of that going down the road. So I'm trying to text.
Autocorrect stuff. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No.
It's the Scotch talking.
No. You're fine. Keep going.
That's the Scotch talking.
I don't even know if it's technically called autocorrect on a phone.
It is on
computer. It's called autocorrect, right?
It is on iPhone. But anyways, because we're cool.
It does it on Android phones too, but I don't know if it's called autocorrect.
Right.
My OCD makes me think about don't guess or don't half-ass it. What is it actually called?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I got in an accident driving there. So I went back and I got another phone like that. I got another one like that.
Another curve?
Something similar to that. And so I liked that better. And so I kept that for a little while. But eventually, I think BlackBerry went away.
It actually is back. Guess what operating system they use?
Apple.
Oh my God, you're such a...
Oh, come on, BlackBerry. It's a berry. It's apples, berries. It's a fruit. Come on, stick together. Let's do this.
You know the best part about iPhone fanboys? They don't know shit. They just like to talk.
You know what? The thing with the Apple that I like the most is I could pull up any Apple phone,
and
they're the same.
Yeah,
the same.
That's
I've
true.
got the same apps.
That's
got
true.
the same everything. It's the same. So
you know what? I agree. You're right. You're 100% right. That's the way it is.
There's no learning curve. You just pull it up and it's there.
Old people love that shit.
Absolutely. Amen, brother. But anyway, give me a fist bump on that one. So anyway, the reason why I went to Apple was because I had a phone and it fucked up on me. Right. So my phone wasn't working and I had a job where I had to have my phone.
Sure.
And so work came up to me and they said, we're going to get you a phone. We're going to get you your own phone. I'm like, that's perfect because my phone's, it kept shutting down or something. It was a Samsung. It was not a Samsung. It was what the heck was it?
I mean, Samsung covers all the phones, right?
Well, no, it does that. But it was, God, I can't think of the name of the phone. It started with the H.
HTC?
No. It was, God damn it. Anyway.
Huawei?
Huh?
Huawei's the newer phone.
I don't even know. I'm making it up. I'm not making that up, but it was the phone I had was God damn it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So now my phone kept messed up because the battery was dying. And it wasn't lasting very long, and then they were trying to get a hold of me, and my phone would be dead. I had to plug it in. So they said we're going to get you a phone. So my very first phone was the iPhone 5S.
Sure.
I thought, this sucks. I fucking hate iPhone.
Fanboy for life.
This is stupid. I fucking hate iPhone. And I turned it on. I'm like, oh, it has an Apple. That's awesome. So then I started getting into that part of it. And the reason why I did not like Apple is because they restrict you. As you know, Ed, we played in bands before in the past. We played in bands in the past, and it was always kind of nice. I'm a cheap ass. If I could steal it, I'm going to. Okay. So I would steal songs to learn how to play.
Sure.
Yeah, because it was either that or guitar, Ultimate Guitar.
That's the best place to go.
Plug for you guys.
Ultimate Guitar,
where you get your best tabs.
User submitted.
Go ahead and sponsor this show if you would. you would.
Let's start with Scotch first.
you would be so pissed, wouldn't you? If they just give you $1,000 check or $2,000 check. So here, Ed, take this.
You know what? I'd buy a new camera with that. That's the next step. But then you know what? I'd have that shit-eating grin every time I talked about it because everybody would know.
I fucking hate them.
No, they're okay.
They serve their purpose. You didn't like them because you're OCD as fuck.
I want to play it right. Here's the deal. Darin. Doesn't matter. Drink that Scotch. Drink it. Drink it, motherfucker. I'm way ahead of you. You can toast me all you want.
How many you got so far?
We need some more ice up in here.
I know. Mine's about gone. My ice is about gone.
By the way, so anyway,
what are we talking about? Anyway, so I got the iPhone, and I didn't like it because I didn't want to have to go buy music. And I still have not partaken of the iTunes. I refuse.
It's okay.
And so actually, my phone I've got my company phone. The one the Burger King gives me is an iPhone 7, I believe it is. It's iPhone 7, and I still have. Believe it or not, I went out and bought an iPhone 5.
For backup?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm wrong. It was the iPhone 4.
You bought a 4?
No, it was a 4S. My original phone was a 4S.
You know what 4S? That was the first time Siri came out.
Was it really?
Isn't it funny how I know more about Apple than you?
Absolutely. Amen, brother. So
that's true. You can fucking check that all you want.
So,
yeah.
True story. And I hope they're not listening to me because they're going to be pissed if they hear about this.
Don't care.
I went home. So we went to Rock the District one night. Me and you and
Chevelle
and Greg and for Chevelle. Great band, by the way. Love those guys. Pete, I have a man crush on you. I will have your fucking babies.
Oh shit!
I will
someday. Science will make it happen.
I can't wait.
Yes.
Anyway. So we went there and did that. And I took all these pictures. And I went home and I was fucking hungover as hell because we were having daiquiris. Jesus fucking Christ. Bridget kept ordering double shot daiquiris, and I remember the last one she got had Everclear in it. And I know I'm kind of diversing a little bit, but she had a double shot of Everclear in that thing, and she couldn't finish it. So I stepped up to the plate and helped her out. And so anyway, I'm next
You're a
morning.
Good husband, by the way.
Trashed. I'm all hungover, and I'm trying to do something on my phone, and now, granted, now I just had this iPhone 4S for a little while, and I still hate iPhones because they're hard to get used to, and the QWERTY pads are small, and you know how small the 4s were. They were just stinky little things. I mean, and I got pissed, and I fucking threw that motherfucker halfway across the room. When I whipped it, it hit I still got it. I got an entertainment center. It's not real big. It's a small one. It's all metal. It's got glass tops. I don't know how to break the glass tops, but I threw that thing and it hit square in that thing, and it fucking broke my screen in a million fucking pieces, and it bent the iPhone around. And I'm like, crap. Now, how am I going to explain this to work that I just threw their iPhone and I broke it?
What'd you do?
You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I went outside. I found the corner of the sidewalk, the corner of the steps, and I fucking bent the thing back around again so it was straight. And I said I accidentally ran over it, and they bought it. And next thing I know, I got a new iPhone 5. I think next. Yeah.
So
True story.
What's it like to be a cash money millionaire?
I'm just fucking broke, man, all the time.
Whatever. So you're
checking the cash. They just push me away.
So you know the crazy thing about checking the cash? They run these specials, right?
I know. I get them all the time.
The specials.
Well, not anymore.
It's so I know because you're like baller now. You know, moving up in the world.
Bullshit.
Right.
They cut me off.
Have
they called you yet?
About
me?
Because I'm your reference,
down as a
right?
reference, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Anyway, I just blocked their number. So basically,
thank you.
When I go in though, because when I'm desperate and I need money for scotch, and I go in there, and they're like, "Yeah, we got this great deal going on."
And
right
you don't
now.
get the scotch at Dollar General, by the way.
By the way, you do not.
No.
Hy-Vee. I don't know if you want to sponsor this
Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee.
Walmart.
By the way, Tony Tone's gonna be on the podcast.
Are you kidding me? Oh, can I be here for that?
Well, I mean,
Tony, I love you. You're the great guy. He's so awesome.
I'm jumping the gun. I want to be clear, Tony, if you're watching this too, because I talked to him recently about this. I'm like, hey, you want to be on next year? Because I'm booked all the way through February.
Because you're balling, man.
At this point. So I'm like, hey, you want to be on? He's like, yeah. And so I think I'm going to get Tony Tone on.
Fuck yeah.
So
that's going to be so much. You better have your A game.
January, February, March time frame.
Tony's good.
No, he's a good guy.
He's good.
So I saw him earlier today. I was at Hy-Vee getting my tub of berries, my chicken, and my peppers.
Okay.
My food. That's what I eat. That's what you know what I'm saying?
Your diet?
Well, no, and we can get into that. But basically,
okay.
I saw Tony. He's losing a lot of weight too.
Yes,
Respect him. I follow him on Instagram, and he's posting his progress and stuff like that. He's losing a lot of weight as well,
yes.
Which is cool. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm trying to catch up to my thoughts now. I'm booked out through next year. But yeah, Hy-Vee. I know, like I mentioned, Tony. He works there.
Yeah,
we'll get him on the podcast early next year.
Manager or something.
But I bought. This is what I bought at Hy-Vee when I was there. and that was earlier today. I bought chicken, peppers, berries, and scotch. That's
Where's
what I
the berries
bought.
at?
They're in the fridge out there.
Can I have some?
Fuck no, you can't.
God
That's
damn
the
it.
food I need. It's part of my diet.
Ed, you suck.
It's part of my diet.
Okay, all right.
Anyway,
well,
so-
I gotta take your diet up, man, because it's working on you. So
So the cool thing is, I'm getting some cool people on this podcast. Like if Tony follows through,
it's about time.
I mean, after this,
It's,
after this month,
it's
I'll get
about
some
time
cool
you got
people
some
on.
cool people.
Besides,
Still they come out right.
after this month, I'll have some cool people on.
Right, because I suck. I'm the worst person ever.
No, not true. But I
Keep you
feel
with
like
your kids.
I feel like I'm very lucky. This has worked out pretty well. I started this back in. I'm not trying to talk myself up or the situation, but I talked myself up. I started this in December last year. I was getting it prepped and ready, right?
Yeah.
And my good friend Mike Behrensmeyer, who's been on twice now. He's a photographer and he's a local artist. Good guy, known him forever.
Yeah, about twice.
Bass player. Yep. He's been on twice now. He's a bass
Someone
player.
else.
That's how I met him. I met a lot of friends through music, which is fine.
Right.
And he helped me. I got going. And dude, I'm like booked out through beginning of next year. I was booked out through beginning of next year months ago.
That's
When
cool.
did we book this? I
I was like, because see, I was supposed to be in like August or July, and I what's the word I'm trying to look for? I didn't jump on the gun right away. I didn't pull the trigger, and so you booked two more guys in front of me. I'm like,
Yeah,
crap!
I'm not
Are you
messing around.
serious?
I'm messing
So
around.
I'm like, oh god, everybody else is doing it. And then you told me Brandon's booked for fucking for last month. And I'm like, well, god damn it! If he can do it, I can do it. I can do anything he can do, like that sort of shit. My dick's bigger than his.
Millie Vanilli.
He's Mexican, by the way. So
Wait, who's Millie? Who's Vanilli?
see, I'm Millie. I'm Millie. I'm Millie. He's Vanilli. I better look at he is. But no.
I would agree. No offense.
But you're getting
no offense,
Tony
Brandon.
Tone, and I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna talk about that because it's all about me right now, motherfucker.
I shouldn't be
It's
giving
all
away.
about me.
I want to tell you, I shouldn't be giving away my future guests. We should be talking about who's on right now.
Absolutely. So about me now. So I've been getting into this. I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I'm watching a lot of the live performances. Bands I'll never be able to see.
That's how you need to learn music, though.
But yeah, so I know you think I'm funny. You think I'm probably weird, but some of the bands I'm now falling in love with for some reason is Korn and Rammstein. And so I've been watching Rammstein, whatever. Yeah, but I've watched a couple of their full length live performances. The ones in Paris, there's one in Russia, and there's one at New York. But anyway, at the what's that famous place in New York?
You mean like
Central
Gardens
Park
or something Gardens?
maybe. What is it?
Something Gardens?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, so I've been watching a lot of those, and I've been falling in love with Rammstein because they have all this really cool shit, and they'll do some songs every now and then in the language of the country they're in, because they'll do like Brazil.
German, yeah, they're
They're a German band, so they'll do stuff in Brazil. They'll do stuff wherever they're getting booked, and if you've ever seen Into Live stuff, they put on a really good show. They're performers. They're professionals all the way through and through, and they put a great show on. So if you ever get a chance, and I know it's Rammstein, and everybody's like, oh crap, everybody remembers them back in the day where they were just Rammstein. They had Du Hast was their number one song. It got played to death.
Guess I should have known that, right? Because look what it's called.
That's Patterson.
Second one.
Second one.
Where the thumb is.
Madison Square Garden, yeah.
I should have known that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So they played there. So if you, some night when you're drinking some scotch by yourself,
I never drink.
if you want to, if you ever want to just drink, I drink top shelf Coors Light normally at the house. But if you ever get a chance to just Google some live performances from Korn or Rammstein, I'm telling you right now, you'll love the fact, you'll appreciate the fact that they put a good show on for people. It's all about the crowd, and these guys wear heavy things, and Rammstein does the whole pyrotechnics.
They also have a lot of fake
They
on
do.
the stage.
They
Yes.
do. There's that one song, something tech or something dick or something. Anyway, I don't know if I speak German, so but there's one song there where he pulls the guy. He calls I think his name is Clausen or whatever his name is. The keyboard player brings him down, unzips the back of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And next thing it's a show. So
just to let you know, Darin's into leathers and shit like that. So
call me.
And earrings.
Call
and
me.
Cheap sunglasses.
Pain and pleasure.
Pickups and guitars that are used by ZZ Top.
Cheap sunglasses. So anyway, yeah. So I'll be getting into a lot more of this live stuff. I like it. I've seen a lot of live shows. I know you have too. You've probably seen way more than me.
Look around the room.
Absolutely.
These are
way
just,
more than me.
This is a small fraction. All the shit that's in this room, and I know the cameras can't see it.
Right.
I have
Sick
posters.
Puppies, Deftones.
I have posters all over the place in this room, and these are just ones where I've had some memorabilia that I could frame. I've got all my old ticket stubs.
Well, that's what I appreciate, because you like Deftones. You to take a stub for the Deftones. And you got the Tool. And I met
Deftones. I was at the VIP for Tool where Adam Jones did a thing in
Subject Jump.
Yes.
You sold a guitar one time to a guy in a band. Oh, yes. And you went there, and I thought that was so cool.
Paul Reed Smith. It was one of my PRSs.
But who did you sell it to?
So
by chance.
I'm glad you remember this, because I totally forgot about it.
I was like, oh my God, Ed. I was in love with that. That was awesome, man.
Okay, so I've got a little bit of a story. I'll share it with you.
I'm listening.
This will be good podcast material.
Absolutely.
So we talked earlier, I think before we recorded, we were talking about Paul Reed Smith guitars.
I love Paul Reed Smith, by the way.
Yep. Awesome. Paul, if you want to sponsor me, bring back the SC250 model. Bring back.
I got those pickups in my guitar, by the way.
I got them in my SG.
I love them, man.
I literally put them in my SG. Anyway, so let's not get too distracted.
Okay, go ahead.
Why don't you pour me a drink this time while I pour?
I got you.
See what I'm doing? Okay. Anyway, so I was at one point in my life where I sold a Paul Reed Smith SE Mark Tremonti model, who's the guitar player from Alter Bridge. He does solo stuff and, of course, Creed. Anyway, so I sold that to Darin real cheap, right? Because I'm a good friend. And
I think a 6-pack of beer, a stogie.
Yeah, there was something.
Like $250,
dude. When you're desperate for drug money,
he was desperate. He was Jones. You should have seen it. That's why he was skinny back in the day. He was really super skinny. And
by the way, it wasn't drug money. I'm joking. By the way,
if you're
watching, I'm not into drugs.
If you ever seen Eek the cat, you were Eek.
So I went from small to big to small again. It's kind of funny, and I don't know where I'm going to land. I could probably balloon up again.
Good.
You never know. Are you hitting on me?
Sexy motherfucker.
Are you hitting on me?
Yeah.
Am I going to tell the story?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So anyway, at one point, I was buying Paul Reed Smith core models. These are made in Maryland, Stevensville, Maryland.
Big money.
They're cheap. I bought them at
big fucking money.
So if you get to Goodwill,
I buy SCs.
If you get to Goodwill store early in the morning, you get like the Best Buys. That's when you go.
Oh, scotch up the nose.
So at one point I had a really impressive collection of core Paul Reed Smith guitars, and these are this American company, and they make some
picture of them still.
They make some badass stuff. So anyway, when I found the one I finally fell in love with, which is my SC250 single cut 250 in the corner, which is 250 refers to 25-inch scale length. There was also the Tremonti model was the same scale length.
Yep.
Anyway,
single cut.
So basically, I had all these other Paul Reed Smiths that I bought and I played, but I didn't love them like this SC250 in the corner that you can't see off camera. And I was selling all my other ones. And I had an SC58 that was an Ariza Verde, which means green in Hispanic or Spanish or something like that. And I had a
say that again.
Ariza Verde.
Ariza Verde.
Yeah. So I had a Ariza Verde Ariza.
You had some beautiful Paul Reed Smiths, man. Oh my God.
Ariza Verde SC58. This is what I had. I had one of these that I loved it. It was something like this. If you look up on the big screen up over there.
God.
So I had something like this, but the problem was the SC58 wasn't a 25-inch scale length.
Right.
I was so accustomed to a 25-inch scale length, like that Tremonti SE that I sold to you.
Yep.
And not to bore the shit out of the people that are watching this, but basically...
It's interesting shit, man.
And this will be up on the YouTube video so you can see the pictures we're looking at. But basically, the scale length was shorter on this. Mm-hmm. But I love the fact that my SC250 and the Tremonti model I had was 25-inch scale length, right?
Right.
Sold this. I also sold... a McCarty.
I was mad at you, by the way, when you sold all your. He had this, not to cut you off, and not jump in front of you. He had this Paul Reed Smith. He got me hooked on Paul Reed Smith. He did, because I put the first one. I bought the first one from him, and it played like butter.
They're awesome, dude.
It made me look good.
It's the best quality shit you can buy. They're expensive, but they're
even the
fucking
SCs
nice.
are the best.
Oh, for the money, they're awesome. SEs are awesome.
Anyway, finish your story. Go ahead.
I still have an SE baritone over there.
They're awesome.
Anyway, so basically, I had this McCarty model too, and this McCarty model was a limited edition that I bought from Dave's Guitar Shop in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yep.
McCarty. And it was, God, I'm drunk right now, but I'm trying to remember.
You're drunk?
The color. It was smoked.
Smoked Ed Madison.
God, it was the red color, and I'm a red guy. I like red, so
I don't know. I don't understand it, but you are a red guy.
I am a red guy. I love red.
That's good. That's right.
PRS.
Who are these guys?
I don't know. McCarty. It's probably the McCarty guy from.
Is it McCarty a single cut?
So I had a McCarty model, and I can't. So it wasn't this. It wasn't this one. But basically, so this is. I'm glad you brought this up because I haven't thought about this shit forever.
God.
So basically, I had this McCarty model. It didn't have that type of bridge. It had the fixed bridge.
Right.
You know, the wrap like the Tremonti SE.
Yes.
So anyway, let me keep going before I forget the details. So I had this McCarty model for sale on Craigslist and Facebook groups and all this shit, and people were around.
You had
here.
a site you sold them on. What site was that?
Oh, thegearpage.com.
Yes.
So I did sell. I feel like I sold a guitar on the Gear Page.
You sold that one.
No,
Did
I
you?
Not.
I thought they found you on Gear Page.
I sold my Tremonti, my core Tremonti model.
The one that you dropped on this.
Oh yeah, that's another story.
In
That's
itself.
another story. Anyway,
I almost cried.
But it didn't break the guitar; it just damaged the finish. Anyway, so basically, this McCarty model, and it's not the exact one here. I sold it. So 80s fans out there, and of course Darin. That's why he fucking remembers this shit. Nelson. If anybody knows the name Nelson, they're twins.
Yes.
And they're great people. And I don't know if they're
awesome people.
I know they will never watch this podcast. But
they might.
Anyway, so here's
Hashtag.
I'll give you the whole fucking story if you let me get through
ahead,
this
go
shit.
ahead.
And I'm not saying you're blocking me. I'm just drunk and trying to remember. So So some of these details may be a little off, but what I remember is that I had this guitar for sale on Craigslist, my McCarty PRS model, and it's double cut.
Yep.
I'm a single cut guy. That's what I determined. I'm a single cut
double cut guy.
Fuck Gibson Les Pauls, by the way. Anyway, so I'm a McCarty. I had this McCarty. There was a great guitar, by the way. It was a Carina model. I just remembered. It had Carina wood. Anyway, so this person reached out to me on email. I saw this email come through. I'm like, hey, I'm interested in your Paul Reed Smith you got on Craigslist. I'm like, oh, okay. Cause, let's face it, Craigslist, most of the time, half the time they're fucking spammers. They're just,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking for sex. That's why I surf it. How about you guys?
I don't know where the fucking mind's going right now. Anyway, so it was like, oh, yeah, it's still available. They asked, is it still available? Yeah, it's still available.
I can't believe this.
And he goes, the email back was like, yeah, we're playing in Davenport tonight at the what's it called? The new casino up there. Not Isle of Capri?
Isle of Capri.
Is it Isle of Capri?
Is it that one?
Yeah, I feel like is it the Isle of No.
It was
not Jumers. That's the one in
okay,
Rock Island.
I was thinking Jumers.
That's in Rock Island.
Right. Yeah, right.
Keep talking.
But I just know that when you told me the story, I was in awe because you took pictures.
We're not even halfway done with the story yet. That's the funny part.
Oh my God. It was
casino, Davenport.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
I just know I was mad at you for selling it, but the story made up for it. So I was just like,
oh, cousin Davenport? What the fuck, Google? Casino.
Siri, Google casinos and Davenport.
Shut your mouth. Rhythm City.
Siri would have had it by now. Anyway, go ahead.
Google Assistant would have too. Anyway, so Rhythm City Casino. So like, yeah, we're playing at Rhythm City Casino tonight, or like it was that day or something, or that night.
Right.
It was during the day. I'm like, can you come up? I'm like, okay. And it was fucking Nelson which is an 80s kind
Yes.
of. Did they have one hit, two hits?
They had a couple good hits. I mean, the 80s. I mean, they were. Nelson was known for their high vocals. So the one guy played guitar, and the other guy sang, I think. And
What 80s band wasn't known for high fucking vocals?
they all did. You know what? Go ahead, finish your story. I'm not gonna say anything.
So basically, I responded. They wanted to buy it, right?
Right.
They didn't negotiate. They just wanted to buy it.
That's Nelson, motherfucker. They don't need to negotiate shit.
I'll get there. So I am like, all right, sure. And they're like, yeah, if you want to, it was just like a fucking Sunday.
Did they say it was Nelson?
I can't remember. I remember it was a Sunday, right? And I'm thinking, and they offered like, hey, if you want, bring somebody with you. Well, you can watch the show. And I'm like,
you know what?
Yeah, they did.
You're not Chevelle.
They did fucking tell me it was Nelson because I looked him up and I told my girlfriend at the time, like, hey, this band wants to come buy it. They want me to bring the guitar to them. They can buy it. And it was fucking winter, snow on the ground.
I remember that. Oh, God.
It was. And I'm like, fuck, is this legit? I'm going to drive to Davenport to sell this guitar. And I thought to myself, I don't want to fucking see these guys because I looked him up. It was Ricky Nelson's kids.
You watch your mouth.
It was Ricky Nelson's
You
kids.
fucking watch your mouth, Ed.
It was Ricky Nelson's kids, the
You're
twins.
going to hell.
And I ended up going by myself because I didn't want to commit to be like, all right, I'm going to bring my girlfriend and then we're going to go watch this Nelson band play. I figured out they were 80s. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking see that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went up there though because I saw them before the gig. It was at sound check. I brought the guitar. I watched their sound check. One brother plays guitar.
Yep.
One brother plays bass.
Yep.
But they both play guitar and bass.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so when they got done with sound check,
One sings too, I think, doesn't he?
yeah, yep. So I was basically sitting and there was nobody there, just like they were sound checking.
Yeah,
I was
sound
sitting in
check
this
for
the
the
big
show.
like fucking room, right, for the show. And
Bingo hadn't started yet, so
oh my god, and the old people's who they cater to. Anyway, so
the buffet was going on strong.
no
though.
offense to you. Anyway, so
Ooh.
yeah, earring.
Oh,
All right. Anyway, so when they got done, they're like, "Hey, yeah, come on up." They saw me. They were super cool.
Yeah.
They were good. They were the coolest guys ever.
They're
Blonde.
from the 80s,
By the way,
motherfucker.
Picture they used so in the 80s, and Darin
Yeah,
can
long
attest
hair.
this. Long hair,
Earrings.
more like
The spandex with the holy jeans.
So they look totally suburban modernized, but they had like instead of long hair down here, they had blonde hair like the hair.
Like Fozzie.
Yeah.
The band Fozzie.
Yeah, but you could tell they were holding on, but they didn't quite completely let go. That 80s thing.
They're probably hair plugs anyway.
They probably are.
Bosley probably helped them out.
But they called me up and I brought the guitar and I keep my shit in good shape.
Ex-
That one gets played to no end, so it's got damage on it. Not damage, but it's got like
No, it's got a story. It's got a story.
it's got mild. What's it called? Mild wear, I guess I'd call it, because I actually use it.
It's got
all
it's
the
got
time.
a history, Ed.
This McCarty model.
I'll bite off you someday and you can resell it.
Nope. This McCarty model. It's gonna be a lot more than $200, $500
With
or
a
whatever.
cigar and a six pack of good beer.
That ain't happening. Anyway, so I took this guitar up on stage, and of course in the hard case and everything,
Yeah.
I present it, and they're super cool. They wanted to pick it up and they wanted to play it, and of course it played like butter.
Did he take his penis out?
He did not. So basically it played like butter, and he's like, "Yeah, that's cool. This is great." He goes, "I've always wanted a McCarty like this, and I've never been able to find one." I just remember the name. It's Scarlet. Scarlet.
He can't make this shit up, folks. It's real.
It's for real.
It's for realzy.
Scarlet something.
That's a word you can just Google if you want to.
Scarlet.
Hey Siri.
Shut the fuck up with your Siri shit. Scarlet red. It was scarlet. It was like a scarlet color is what it was called. A smoke burst. Scarlet smoke burst.
Yes, it was.
Smoke. Shut up. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I remember that guitar.
It was a great guitar.
It was.
There was nothing wrong.
I didn't play it.
That's okay. So this is more legit. Oh my god. That's the mother effing guitar.
That's it?
That is literally the guitar.
Oh.
Except it was a contour burst. So see where it's black here?
Yep.
And again, I'm sorry if you're listening on SoundCloud. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. It was red all the way up through here.
Yeah.
It was red all the way up through here. So I bought this.
I remember it.
I bought this mother effer from Dave's Guitar Shop.
Go over. There it is, right there.
Where was it?
Right there. Top row. Top row to the left.
Where?
Top row to
There?
the left. Nope. Up. Top row.
Right there.
There. That
Where?
it?
Where this?
You just had it on there. Right there. Is that it?
No, that's a dude. That's like a 513. The pickups. So it'd be like
Okay.
but it's a Carina. It was a Carina like that.
Right.
So anyway, motherfucking Nelson,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're like, so they pulled it out. This was cool. And for me, I'm like, 80s band. Anyway, so they're like, that's
Season what?
I'm like, I gotta get home.
Do you know any Tool?
I'm like, motherfucker, I gotta get home. I got kids at home, all right?
Do you play any Deftones?
So that's exactly what it's like. I'm like, motherfucker, I gotta go.
Do you
right?
play a perfect circle? Come on, help me out here.
I haven't played any 80s shit on this guitar at all. So anyway, he picks
I
it up.
don't either.
He kind of does this little bit. The guitar. I can't remember.
He's
Is it?
dick.
There's Gunner and Matthew, if I remember correctly.
Gunner.
Fucking Gunner.
That's 80s names all the way.
Fucking 80s name. Hold on. You ready for this?
Yeah, go do it.
You ready to see what they fucking look like?
You want another refill? I'm going to top you off.
Do it. You better be putting more in your cup.
I am, motherfucker.
You're worse than Brandon. No offense.
No, Brandon had one, and not even a full one. I think you kept topping it off, and he just kind of sipped at it.
So here's the guy. This is exactly what they looked like when I saw him.
Bridget, I love you.
Wait, hold on. I'll try to get a better resolution picture. Hold on a second.
Okay. Oh my God, it is Nelson.
This is basically what they looked like when I saw them.
Are you shit me? They're so pretty.
You're such a fucking creep, dude.
They're so pretty.
So
He's got that tattoo right there. Oh my God. So dreamy.
Darin is smitten right now.
I am.
So this is who I sold a Paul Reed Smith to. So basically, from what I can't remember, it was Matthew or Gunner because they're both jackoffs in my opinion. But basically, they were like, "Hey." No, they were cool. I'm joking.
I almost spit my scotch out through my nose.
I'm gonna edit that out. They're not jackoffs. They're pretty cool people.
No, you better not edit that out.
So they were cool though because they were like, "Oh yeah, apparently they have a huge
how they look.
fucking Focus. So they have a collection of guitars. They're like, yeah, we have a big collection of guitars. I've always wanted a Carina Paul Reed Smith
I call
McCarty.
bullshit.
That's exactly what he was telling me. Though.
I call bullshit.
Let's be honest though. If you're looking for a certain guitar and you're on Craigslist and you're like, oh shit, this is what I'm looking for. I feel like that was the vibe.
Yeah.
I feel like it was truly what they were looking for.
Yeah.
That Paul Reed Smith McCarty Carina, which is they did it at a limited run of those.
Yeah.
I bought it at Dave's Guitar Shop.
Because you're balling.
They were the only like PRS dealer in the country that had those Carina McCartys.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh my God, I want that. Because I can't, that's the guitar I need in my collection.
Yeah.
Bought it. No, didn't even fucking haggle. And you know what's the best part too? Guess what I got?
He got a pick and a bra.
I got cash.
And some panties.
Cash money. Got cash money.
Yeah. Cash was always good.
Christmas CD.
Oh, what? Do you have it now?
And greatest hits.
Can we play it?
Christmas CD and greatest hits.
Can we play it now?
No, because I
want to hear some sleigh bells. Somebody Nelson.
Christmas CD. Here we go. You ready for this?
Let's do it. Play a little bit of that. I'm gonna hear it.
There it is. So they gave me this CD.
Oh wow. They look so serious.
That's what they were touring for.
What?
They were touring. It was in winter.
Shut your mouth.
Fucking told you it was snowing out. They were touring for
on
that
the Christmas.
They were doing casino to casino for Christmas music. When I saw their sound check, guess what they played?
They're not the the one that does
Jingle fucking balls. That's what they played.
Oh my God! Did he have the guitars that spun around their bellies too? I mean, come on. Seriously?
You know who they were playing to at those casinos?
Old people playing
Christmas
bingo.
Christmas music at casinos.
Bingo.
That's who they were playing to.
Fuck that. You know, I got morals. I got scruples. I got no. Fuck that. I would never. Sorry.
So you and Chad Grimm are the only people that knew the band that I told them about it. I'm like, hey,
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you told me this story, I was like, 'Cause I grew up with Nelson. Nelson was towards the late 80s, but I grew up with like Motley Crue. And Motley Crue they were satanic. My mom was horrible.
Satanic?
My mom was. She still is to this very day. She's very, very religious, and I respect her for that. That's fine. You know what? Have religion. That's fine. I'm not get that in here, but my mom was the kind of lady that if you had a pentagram in your T-shirt or you had acronym in your name, she did not like you. Like Kiss. Oh my God, she hated Kiss. She hated Motley Crue because shout out the devil. Oh my God, that's about the devil. My mom was that way, so I grew up with bands like Nelson, and I remember Nelson was towards the end of the hair band era. They caught the last part of the wave in, and they're still running it, obviously. But what kind of kicks me, kind of gets me a little bit here is I did a show not too long ago. I played in a band, acceptable level of violence. That's a tongue twister. But I played
ALOV, by the way.
ALOV. I played in that band. We've had two different lead singers, but we played in a show down at the Elms, and Bruce Kulick from Kiss, if everybody knows who that is, he played. He was down that night. He actually married the sister-in-law to one of my good friends that lives here in Muscatine. So anyway, Bruce Kulick, up from Kiss, he's now in Grand Funk Railroad. He come down, he played the Star Spangled Banner, and he played Cold Gin. So anyway, when we were down there playing this whole show, I had something on that. I can't forget I was going with this.
It's okay. Keep going. You're okay.
No, I'm doing good. God, what was I talking about? You know, I had a story, and
this episode of EMPP is brought to you by
Scotch. But anyway, my story was about Bruce Kulick, and so I ran into. I actually took pictures with Bruce Kulick of Kiss, and a lot of these guys now that had hair back in the day, they're balding.
Oh, so they cut it off?
Yes. No, they don't cut it off. They grow it long, and they wear bandanas.
Mullet?
They wear bandanas.
Is that why all those people they wear bandanas?
Okay, so like the guitar player for Volbeat, that Rob Cagliani,
dude, he's badass.
He's absolutely badass, but he wears a hat. You never see him in public without a hat. Ask yourself why.
That's why.
Why?
You got to own that baldness.
Right.
Look at this guy across from me right now.
You know what? Fuck a bunch of hair. Fuck a bunch of hair. So my story was about these guys were getting older, like Nelson. Now
they got their hair,
but they got hair plugs from Bosley. For God's sakes, that was my whole point.
The funny thing is when they paid me, they're like, "So that's okay."
So true story. And I feel like a total ass for doing this, but I met Bruce Kulick in person. We talked. He's a great guy, by the way. This guy is just totally down to earth. Probably one of the best guys I'm ever going to run into. He told us stories about Kiss, touring with those guys and how they partied, and. So, me being the dick that I am,
you're not.
I am a dick.
You're a fucking pushover.
So I'm sitting there talking to Brandon, right? Brandon Whitaker, and Brandon Whitaker. He was here last week, motherfucker. Or last week, last show. But anyway, so I talk.
You got a drink, by the way.
I'm talking to Brandon. Yes. So I'm talking to Brandon, and I noticed that Bruce has a bandana on his head.
Do you want it like a wet nap to wipe your vagina off after that sip?
Really? I gotta drive yet, motherfucker. Plus, I gotta get up at 5 a.m. So anyway,
he doesn't wear a watch, by the way.
I don't. I just like to look at my fake watch. So anyway, so Bruce was there and he had a hat on or something, and I made a comment to Brandon. I bet you Bruce is bald. And I said that kind of loud. I've been playing the bands for a long time, so I'm deaf. I got this thing cranked up to 11. On the volume.
You do.
I do. I'm deaf. So
can you hear me?
I can if you talk very loud. But anyway, so I looked at Brandon. I said, "Man, I bet you Bruce is bald." And I said it kind of loud, and I looked over, and there's Bruce's wife. Yeah, I felt like that big because I respect Bruce completely, and I do. That guy's a great guy.
Do you respect Bruce or do you respect Kiss?
No, I respect Bruce. I see when Kiss came out, I hate Kiss. Sorry, I do.
He's full of it.
No,
Don't
I
listen
do.
to
I
him.
hate Kiss.
Because Brandon and me talked about his favorite band was
It was Kiss, and I fucking hate Kiss. And he knows I hate Kiss because every time you mention, well, let's do this song, that's from Kiss, I tell him, fuck you, we're not doing Kiss. I hate fucking Kiss. The lyrics are juvenile. I go on and on and on.
It's like the Nickelback of the 70s and 80s.
Pound it in here, big boy.
Bam.
Pound me. Fist pound me now.
Wait, he said pound me.
Yeah, that's a fucking...
It's getting weird in here.
So anyway.
YouTube, don't take this off, please.
Please don't. It's my fault. This is why he drinks. So anyway. So Bruce he's got this. He wears a hat everywhere he goes. Rob, I can't remember. I can't pronounce the guy's name. He wears a hat everywhere he goes. To me, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going bald. I'm gonna embrace it. And I do. In fact, I threaten my wife on occasions of growing the hair back.
You threaten your wives?
I
That's
do.
Off the record, by the way.
I threaten her with growing my hair back. I love you, babe.
Oh,
But
threaten to grow the hair back.
Right, and she tells me straight up, you haven't had the hair this long. Don't grow it back. I'll leave you.
I can't stop staring at your forehead now. Tell me where it would grow in.
Well, honestly, I do have growth here, but it's not a lot. It's not like you're a lot, but you're Puerto Rican.
I am Puerto Rican.
Yes.
He remembers.
He's a Puerto Rican stallion, and I make reference to that all the time about you being a stallion. Actually, he's wearing a shirt right now. He's folding it up, but he's wearing nothing underneath that shirt. He's wearing underwear.
I don't wear any.
You are a hairy ass motherfucker.
I don't wear socks. I don't wear underwear.
I know.
No, he doesn't know.
I do.
Lacey, if you're watching, he doesn't know.
I do know.
He doesn't know.
Lacey, you got it, Lucky. And you know what I'm saying.
Oh my God. Not good.
It's all right. It's not a faux pas yet.
Where were we? I
don't even know.
Where are we going?
I don't even know. We went from autonomous cars to baldness, so I don't know.
Can you believe it? How long have we been doing this now?
3 hours.
Jeez.
It's midnight somewhere.
Before long, it'll be an hour and a half.
Is it really already?
I mean, it's hour and 15 minutes plus.
No fucking way.
I told you it'd go quick.
See, when I'd watched the podcast because I wanted to see, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's been some really great podcast guests on this show.
Look at this vagina over here. Look at him.
I'm here with you, motherfucker.
We're gonna go through a whole bottle. Wait, we went through a bottle and 2 samples.
And I'm not even drunk yet. I'm not.
Anyway, so
I'm seasoned though. I drink all the time. So do you though, don't you?
I
drink every night.
You
I'm
know
an
what-
alcoholic.
You know what I decided?
Sarbridge, I am.
You know what I decided? I'm gonna wait till marriage before I drink. Sex and alcohol can wait till marriage. That's what I always said.
Huh? I want to scoot back before he gets took by lightning. No, but honestly, I drink all the time, and it was one of those things when I was in a band called Blitzkrieg Squid.
Oh yes,
Great band. And I love those guys in that band. Even though we're not together anymore, I still have a lot of respect for those guys. They're great guys, and we had a lot of fun playing.
Just to be fair, I've recently been hanging out with Joey a little bit.
Perfect, man. You gotta get him on the show next.
Joey said, and Joey, if you're watching, because I know he's going to
Get him on
watch
the
this
show.
probably. He's going to be on the podcast. I think we're
Awesome.
talking next year. So
Really?
Yep.
He's a great guy. I have nothing but the most respect for those guys. Jeff and Joey and Jason, they're great guys. It was JJJ and D for the initials for the names of the bands. But
Was that a hiccup?
yeah. I'm not drunk though. God damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna drink. God, he's a fucking hard ass. So anyway, Joey's a great guy. He's a great bass player. Does backing vocals. You cannot go wrong with Joey.
Yeah, Joey's a good guy.
He's in a band now called Facing Time.
I don't know if he's in the band anymore.
Oh, he's not? I haven't talked to Joey all the time.
I'll let you talk to Joey. Joey, if you're watching, you can call Dan.
Text me, bro. Got my number. Anyway, but he was in that band. He was, but when I was in the band Blitzkrieg Squid, we played out a lot. And if you've ever gone to one of our practices, we drink a lot.
I recorded your practice and I went to your first gig.
Yes, you did. And
it's so funny how he forgets the little details about it.
No, I don't forget
the support I give for this man.
No, you were there, and I'm telling you right now, motherfucker, you took the best pictures. In fact, there was some on this a slide he had earlier of me playing
Chromecast, motherfucker.
Yeah. So anyway,
you can't see it. It's off camera.
It's off camera. But anyway, so anyway, we drank a lot, and I had to because Joey's a great guy, and I felt like I had to get seasoned to drink, so I drank fucking constantly. So I could go to practice. I'd have 4 beers.
And I know what I feel like.
But you know what though, you drank for other reasons.
Because of you.
You did because of me.
Because I love you. It's okay.
No, you didn't. No, but when you are playing out there, you are expected to kind of have fun and drink a little bit with the crowd. You're expected.
I feel like
It's kind of a requirement thing, and so I had got myself to the habit of having 4 beers of practice. So because you have 1 beer per set, and therefore you were.
Is that right, James Hetfield?
I am James Hetfield. Notice the 40 behind us. That was Ed's.
Darin made me drink a lot.
That was by accident. That was crazy. I was involved in an accident, so it was not good.
I didn't put that in there to make it an issue.
Nope.
I was just trying to pick.
When was that picture?
That was back in Muscatine. Was that Muscatine?
I don't know. You went too fast. Go back and find it. Is that your house? Is that your apartment?
So I'm gonna put this in the YouTube video. Look, my hands in my pocket. I'm playing pocket pool right now.
See the hair. Notice the hair and no beard.
Look how young Darin looks in that picture.
I had the James Hetfield.
You always had
facial hair.
You've always had you have it more right now than you did back then. Look at that shit.
Yeah, but
that's like the goatee I eventually had. That's back when you were talking earlier, like, oh yeah, you had the fucking, high, or you had the cut, like the not bald, but it was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but where's this picture taken at?
Give me a second to look at that.
It was at your house? No, you're not a Cardinals fan, are you?
I wasn't. You know who was.
Oh.
Yep.
So that makes sense now. So this was the apartment.
And no, it was the duplex. And
the duplex, yep.
Yeah, where we had the Halloween party, right?
And you had a nice duplex. I will tell you, because the duplex it was 3-bedroom. I remember it playing this day. You walk in, there's a living room. You go upstairs, and then you go up 1 more flight of stairs.
It was the office.
It was
the band room.
No, it wasn't the office. It was the Mecca. It was the band Mecca. And you go upstairs, and he had all the. Which I don't know how you carried all that shit 3 flights of stairs. That would just suck.
Darin, you know how much younger I was back then?
I know. Ed actually got me into line 6.
Oh, you asshole.
You did. You got me into the valve because you bought the valve line 6.
Keep an eye on the TV. And for everybody watching on YouTube, get ready because I'm going to take you to a time warp, mother effers. Here we go. So we're going to go to my guitar covers. This was in the 3rd story. This was in the 3rd story of that duplex that I was in.
Yes.
So let's go back to the very beginning.
It was you know what? And I've learned how to play some songs off of these videos because Ed's fucking OCD as fuck. Trust me.
This was the first one I ever recorded, and it was in that band Mecca. You said?
Yeah. The Mecca room. Yeah. That was the SG.
The audio's for some reason not come through. I don't know why. This is in that 3rd. That's in that 3rd floor.
Yep.
Up in that room.
Notice the valve behind him. I got so much shit for buying my valve. That was the
1st gen.
That was 1st gen.
That was the best one.
But I had 2nd gen, I think.
The 1st gen was the best gen.
Did I have 1st or 2nd?
Guess who still has the 1st gen? Guess who still has that
You
amplifier?
sold that one though.
Guess who has it?
You?
Mike Oshner.
I've got one of those too.
Mike Oshner has the 1st gen. He bought it for his kid. And when I was at Mike's house recently, like 2 months ago, his son still has that amp.
Shut the front door. Serious?
Shut the front door.
Seriously?
And you know what? When I went over to help, I was hanging out with Mike. We were practicing. Yeah. And he's like, go up and check out. My son still has that amp you sold me. I'm like, oh my God, that line 6 amp.
Okay, so what was the difference between phase 2 and phase 1?
So phase 1 and phase 2 had the second generation, which I bought, which was worse than the first gen. Had a looper pedal, had a looper function built into the head.
Right.
It had some other features built into the head that were not worth a damn.
Right.
That I never used. That first one, it was the best effing head. Look how thin I was back then too.
You look good.
I'm good. Are you hitting on me
You're
again?
fucking still sexy as fuck.
Toast me on that motherfucker.
You know, if you had the earpieces in, that sounds good.
Good. Sounds good. So this is the first cover. Look how many views it has. 52. I liked it like a douchebag.
No, you got 14,378 views, motherfucker.
This is how I played my part of the song "Sound of Madness" by Shinedown in our cover band.
You got that many views?
Look at that shit.
By the way, the SG has the crescent moon inlays.
Guess what? It still does.
Still does.
You know what? I've never done this on a podcast. You want to bring it over and show the cameras?
Do it. Can I do it? No, go ahead. You do it. You do it. So he actually had this guitar taken in and had new pickups put in it, but this thing has the crescent moon inlays, and Ed has played a lot of times. And you played at shows a lot.
This was the guitar before I bought that Tremonti SE.
You got to talk to Mike, dude. I can't.
I know.
So if you notice, it has the crescent moons, and this is kind of rare and unique. Most guitars have the pearl dots, or the faux pearl dots, trapezoids. This actually has the crescent moons all the way up to the 12th fret. So it's very rare. It's not rare, I don't think, but Ed prefers the SG. You know what? I don't.
I don't like it.
And you don't.
I don't.
Okay, hold on. He's going to come back. I don't prefer the SG because it feels like it's a block of wood that I'm holding in my lap. I do like the curvature of a molded scripted body, whatever. But that's just me.
Look at this younger me. If it's too loud, you're too old.
And you've done a good job with this. You did a lot of these videos. I remember there was a lot that you used to do. I remember the one song that we did.
Look at this. I got some good compliments.
Yeah. What kind of distortion used? That was a good compliment. Are you serious? And he spells "you're" wrong.
Which one?
What a douche.
Which one? You're epic.
Yeah, Rabbit Voodoo. Come on, dude. It's "you're" as R-E. I'm a grammar Nazi. So anyway, Ed got me into the Line 6 valve series. I still got mine.
First gen was awesome.
I think I got second gen. You had the third gen. The third gen sucked.
Second gen sucked balls.
Okay, so I had the first gen because my first gen rocked ass. Mm-hmm. But I think my tubes. I still got the original tubes in it. Right now, I'm using a Eddie Van Halen 3. I know you're making fun of me. It's by Fender, but you know what? I played it today, and I like the head. It's a good sounding head. It doesn't have all the frills and throws that the Line 6 has. But what it has is actually real tube distortion, and I like that.
You know what I like? Right behind you. If Darin could turn behind himself, I'll make the
you know
camera
what?
show it.
And I don't make that much money. Burger King, even though I love working there, it doesn't pay like McDonald's does, obviously.
Well, when you're fucking Ronald motherfucking McDonald's.
One of the things I did recently purchase, though, it was a 7-string guitar, and the reason why I mentioned that because I look over and I see your 8-string sitting there. Can you grab that real quick? Mm-hmm. Grab your 8-string. I recently went out. I recently went out and bought I didn't buy it. I traded a 5-string bass for a 7-string Ibanez. Now Ed has a 8-string, and I remember the first time I tried playing the 8-string, it was like watching a monkey fuck a football. It was horrible. I barely play 6 strings, let alone 8. So Ed has an 8-string, and I wish he could play it for me sometime because absolutely. I can't play, I could play 7-string because 7 strings, it's a lot like playing 6 with an extra string added involved. I could play it in the B standard tuning. And that's what caught me in the Korn. It brings us back to full circle now. The corn.
Was the corn? Yeah.
Yeah. So now
Corn.
I'm playing some corn now because I'm gonna be honest with you. Where else can you play a 7-string? There's not a lot of bands using 7 strings anymore.
Stop for a second.
Okay.
This is the music side of the podcast. We really haven't gotten to the music side of the podcast
We
yet.
talked about everything else but that. Drink, motherfucker.
You're right. You called me out. Good for you.
Oh, that's some good scotch. Oh.
What uses 7 strings besides corn?
Meshuggah uses 8 strings. You cut me off.
So
Meshuggah uses 8.
that album of Deftones.
Deftones uses 7. For some.
For some, that album was one of them.
For some of them, because
Then he went to 8 strings.
Because we tried playing.
I told you
your
I want to
summer, your own summer.
That was 6 string. That was fucking 6 string.
Right.
Anyway, so remember I told you I'm gonna sell that. 'Cause I want a new Stephen Carpenter 8 string.
Don't sell it.
I'm gonna get an 8 string Stephen Carpenter model.
What is that? Is that the Telecaster version?
I'm gonna kick your ass, dude.
Look at that stud.
Which stud?
Me. I'm in like my Kavanaugh shirt.
Keep talking while I'm looking.
All right. So anyway, so he got this 8 string, and I could have swore he had a 7 string. So I found the chance of having. I had a bass. I have an Ibanez bass.
Oh, the 7 strings, the Telly. Yep.
Yeah, I told you, motherfucker.
I'm drunk.
I told God.
The green one. That's the one I
know
want.
And I'm not drunk yet, so
That's the one I want.
don't look at the price tag. Block that price tag out. You're gonna have to add
Shit,
that
that's
out.
cheap compared to the shit the Paul Reed Smith's prices.
Oh, Jesus Christ! But does Paul Reed Smith? I don't think they make a 7 string anymore. They stopped.
The SE model.
But I think it's special.
Nope.
I've looked them up and I can't find the E standard.
Bet me.
No. I won't bet you.
Bet me.
I won't bet you.
Bet me.
I will shake your hand because I want to touch your body.
Keep talking.
You're gonna have to edit that out. Anyway, the 7 string though, I got the 7 string because I thought Ed had a 7 string and I was wrong. He has 8 strings. So I would love someday, and I know it's never gonna happen. Ed taught me something a long time ago. He taught me a long time ago to be a 1 guitar player band. I you know what? You used to. What's that?
Sorry, keep going.
You at one point in time we did Cognicide. Is it Cognicide?
Did we pull that up? You want me to pull it up?
Sure, go ahead.
Wait, look at this though. Look who was right.
You're right. You're always right. But we did
Don't you
Cognicide
fucking
the
forget
band, and Ed at practice would always tell me. We got to turn the name out this way. That's why I'm not getting any fucking sponsorships, motherfucker. So anyway, I'm in sales, so I know. So anyway, so Ed will always tell me that he preferred 1 guitar player bands, and I couldn't figure it out because for the longest time I always did 2 guitar player bands. I was always the 5-piece guy. I liked the 2 guitars, I liked the bass, the drummer, and the dedicated singer. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when I went in Blitzkrieg Squid, I did the 1 guitar player thing. And my God, it was an eye opener for me. I sucked.
Makes you a better player.
I know, but I realized I sucked. And you told me that. You told me that it'll make you a better player. And when I first started playing, I'm like, dude, if I fuck up, it's on me. Before when I had you in the band or I had Brandon in the band, if I fucked up, I could cover it, and you'd never know it. I played, and if Brandon could contest to this, I played a show one time down at the bowling alley. I played a song and a half completely in the wrong tuning. They were in drop D. I was in drop D standard.
I would be drinking a lot.
Yep. So anyway, but it was what it was. I grabbed the wrong guitar. At one point in time, and you know this, I'd go up on stage. I'd have 5 guitars, if not 6. This is before drop tune though. So I'd have 6 guitars. I'd have 1 or 2 off stage for backups in case I broke a string. So when we were playing a drop D song, I grabbed the wrong guitar. I grabbed the drop D flat song guitar
By accident.
Completely by accident. And we played.
I'll give him that.
We played one song, and so we started. And then the next song was the Helmet Unsung. If everybody knows Helmet Unsung song,
I want to stop you for 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to let him finish. Darin Peterson, he's the dad metal.
whatever.
He's endorsed and a recording artist by Schechter and Ibanez. Don't fuck with it.
At one point in time, yes, I was. I had
Keep going, though.
5 Ibanez's. But anyway, so we started playing Unsung, and I played. There's like a little freaking lead part in the middle of the song, and so I got about 1/3 of the way through the song, and I realized I'm in the wrong tuning, and I'm like, fuck. What am I going to do? So I had to hurry up. And I was tuning as fast as I could to get myself into the standard tuning, the drop D tuning that I need to be in. I'm doing this as fast as I can. So by the time my part came around, guess who was on point? Me, motherfuckers. And nobody knew the difference until after the show. After the show, I'm like, do you guys realize I played those 2 songs in the wrong tuning? And nobody's like, really? But then shortly afterwards, Morpheus come out with the drop tune pedal,
which was okay. But then when the drop pedal came out by Digitech,
right. The Digitech was
and
awesome.
Nick Heppert, if you're watching this,
Nick,
you need to get bass player from Motorboat / Blackout.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
He's a great guy. I love Dick.
You know what I love about Nick?
Nick's so down to earth, man.
He is. You know what I can do? Give him the reach around, squeeze his butt a little bit.
He's got a nice butt. He's got a nice tushy.
I don't want to make this sexual, but anyway, I told him
it's kind of weird now, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
He needs to get a Digitech drop pedal.
Does it work for bass?
So it's funny because Joey. So I don't want to get too into this, Joey, if you're watching, but Joey was over recently. He was.
Joey who?
Joey Kramer.
Oh, I was calling. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So he was asking. He's like, "Oh yeah, this because he saw this on my bass rig right over here. It's off camera, but he's like, oh yeah.
I call bullshit because he knew I had a drop tune. I like Joey, but come on.
Here's the deal, though. Yep. He thinks of drop pedals like the Morpheus drop tune. I'm like,
right. That's fair. Give
the Digitech one a chance because it's fucking awesome. It tracks. The Morpheus one, you got to trim the back on the
it's got that whole horrible.
I'm drunk and people are getting fucking tired of probably watching this shit by now. But anyway, what I'm saying is that the Digitech drop, Nick Hippert, I love you like a brother. I'm gonna grab your ass and cup your titty whenever I want. Just to let you know. I'm gonna
cut glass with those titties.
You need to get a Digitech drop. So the last couple of gigs, because for Heavy by Collective Soul, he's got a drop tune every string. I'm like, just borrow my extra. And I brought it for
a while.
I'm like, you just borrow it, and he's been borrowing it. I'm like, just fucking buy one. Digitech got bought out.
By Behringer. Oh
yes.
Oh, by Behringer. You know what? And the thing of it is, Behringer, it was kind of like the Chrysler of pedals.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking about? You know. Let me hear an amen.
We're high fiving. Come on, man. It's
so
2018.
So Behringer was kind of the Chrysler of the cars. Chrysler.
They own everything.
They own everything, and they're shit. They're junk. Sorry, they are. They're just
compared to GM, where they own everything and they're awesome.
Right. I have GMC and our Nissan.
Hey, by the way, thanks GM.
and McDonald's and Burger King.
I mean, thanks McDonald's.
So anyway, where was I going with this? So anyway,
Digitech.
So Digitech.
Behringer.
So you got me on when I first started doing this, you got me into Morpheus pedals, and I love the Morpheus pedals, but there was so much decay on the tone when we started dropping down. You dropped down past like one whole step. It was just horrible. You started getting all that decay. And we played some Sick Puppy stuff. And Sick Puppies, if you remember right, was the drop B flat.
You're going down.
Little kids, I'm telling you right now, that's low.
Kids,
that's low.
If you're new to
don't
the game,
be scared.
If you're new to the game,
it's low.
Let Uncle Darin.
See, I had a back in the day, and I could contest this. I had a Epiphone. It's a Gibson looking thing, but an Epiphone, a single cut guitar that I would tune into drop B because I hated that fucking guitar and I wanted to kill it. I did. And so we played the Sick Puppy song all the same. No, it wasn't all the same. What was it? It was Skillet. No, what was it?
No, you're going down.
You're going down. That's right. So I played the.
I mean, I know a few things.
So I would play that song. I played it on the Epiphone and the drop B, and the strings like spaghetti noodles. Well, when the Morpheus come out, Ed was like, "Oh my God, Darin, I've gone from 7 guitars on stage down to 1, and I love it. It's less work for me." And I'm like, "Ed, no way, man. I love carrying my 7 guitars. I just love my guitar. I love all the tones I get." Remember that?
Back in the day.
Remember that?
Guess who learned?
Yep. So, fast forward till today. Now I have a Digitech. I'm gonna grab it. Can I grab it?
Go grab it. I was just looking at the recorder.
I want to unplug it. Is it off?
I was looking at the recorder. It says we're only 5 minutes and 37 seconds into this podcast.
No way. What? No, it's 5 hours to 44 seconds. So this is the Digitech drop pedal, and I unplugged all your shit. Sorry about that. But anyway, this is what I eventually went to. I had the Morpheus pedal. I sold both of those. One went to Brandon. One went to his son Maddie. But yeah, we're not gonna go
It's
there.
one of those my old ones.
We're not gonna go there.
My old one, right? My old one.
Maybe.
Yes,
Maybe.
I remember.
I had 2 of them, and I loved them. But
They're awesome.
But this thing here, I'm telling you guys, if you, it took
Product placements. Here we go.
It was a struggle for me. It was a struggle. It was a struggle for me. But I'll tell you right now, it was a struggle. But Ed was right. You know, to go into a show, am I not right? To go into a show carrying 1 or 2 guitars.
Wait, did you not finish that?
Yeah,
Finish it, you motherfucker.
I finished it.
You motherfucker.
You know what? I didn't. This was good. This one.
Finish that one too.
Oh my God. That was not as good as this one.
Can you believe that I don't get paid anything to do this? Look at this shit.
Oh my God. Those are so smooth.
So smooth. So smooth.
They burn the tongue, actually. So anyway, so Ed, the fuck is
It's
this?
a screw tap.
So anyway, Ed introduced me to the Morpheus pedal, and so the whole story was when I first started using that thing. What was cool was I'd go home and I'd practice, and my practice consisted of we'd have 5 different tunings, right? I mean, we have E, we have drop D, we have E flat, drop E flat, we have C, drop C, whatever, and then we'd have sometimes a drop B, a drop B. So my practice consisted of I'd have all my guitars out. I'd play a couple. I'd play the songs that were in that tuning. I'd pull that guitar off, bring another one in, Teflon. And so anyway, I'd bring another one in. I played those series of guitars, and then we just went on and on and on. So when I got the Morpheus pedal, it was a game changer, and I loved it. And so I was sold on the Morpheus pedal. So one day I come over to Ed's house, and Ed had the drop pedal. And I'm not trying to endorse TC Electronics. I'm not
Digitech,
whatever. I'm not endorsing.
Well, TC Electronic owns. Wait,
TC Electronics is
Keep
something
talking.
different. So Digitech is this
keep
company.
talking. I'm gonna look it up.
No, this is Digitech. It's over here. So anyway, I went over to Ed's house. Ed had the Digitech pedal, and I'm like, "What the fuck, bro? You're missing out on the foot pedal activation of the Morpheus pedal. So pull up Morpheus pedal. Can you do that? Pull up real fast.
Hey, really quick. So keep finishing your story. We're gonna watch our old Cognoside video.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So-
finish your story.
So anyway, he had the Digitech pedal, and I had the Morpheus pedals, and he had just sold me on Morpheus because Morpheus was the shit.
It was the only thing that was available.
Click
There was
again.
Hey, just to be clear, there was nothing else available at that time. There was none of that. There was nothing.
Morpheus went out of business, and when they went out of business, Digitech bought them out. They did. They bought them out, and so when they bought them out, they created the drop pedal. And so the thing about the drop pedal is, even though you don't have the foot pedal option, because there used to be a pedal for the activate, and there was one for dropping it down.
Big pedal.
So every time you hit it, you would drop down half a step. Well, now you have to physically turn it down to a next step down. But I'm telling you right now, the decay was way less. And And I was able to go from 7
awesome.
guitars, no shit, 7 guitars down to, I take 2 now because I have a backup. So now what I do now, I go on stage, and when I played with Blitzkrieg Squid, I had a drop pedal, I had a drop guitar, and I had a standard guitar. And this handled all my drop tunings. And now I know you always thought that was too many guitars. Still,
Too many.
2 was too many.
Well, should we go to that tab? Hold on.
Click on the side. You didn't click it.
Are we ready for that video?
Yeah, do it.
You ready? Who the fuck is still watching? Comment.
Nice tobacco burst.
Everybody, comment in YouTube if you're still watching at this point.
Oh my God.
Here we go. You ready? Oh wait,
I'm ready.
that's a 7-string PRS. You
Where
didn't
you
think was
at?
real. Hold on.
You're completely off the. There's me.
Shut your
I'm
mouth,
so
girl.
awesome. I gotta pee.
Don't pee yet.
I'm gonna do it right now in my seat. So
Look
this
at
is
this.
kind
Look at those sunglasses.
So Ed. So not Ed. It was Corey.
Here we go.
Look at me.
Look
Look at me. I was at my knee brace on.
Look at that sexy guy with the PRS up there.
2 of us have Paul Reese Smith. What'd you have? You had the Mark Tremonti.
Tremonti model.
And I had the Mark
core.
Tremonti SC.
Well, the core model.
I
Yeah,
had the SC. I'm not as not rich as you.
my old one,
I'm not as rich as you.
McDonald's.
Burger King. Difference.
Everybody, if you're watching on YouTube,
Corey came up with the name Cognicide.
it was an acronym, right?
It was
Of
Corey,
all
Ed,
the
David,
names.
me, and who else? And Greg.
Look at the still child chick.
Still Child. We
I'm
have
not laughing.
all
I'm
the
just saying.
respect in the world for Still Child. They're
me
still
fix-
out doing it. You know what? We're not doing it
Let
now.
me fix my microphone.
We're not out doing it now. They are. So
Blue.
Greg, though. Greg.
He's awesome.
Podcast?
I want to get him on.
Do it. Do you have his number?
Greg Johnson, Greg Johnson, if you're listening again, get on the fucking podcast.
Do it. Motherfucker, you have to do
We'll
this.
talk about kilts. I'm okay with it.
So next time I come on, I want to be on with Brandon.
We'll do that in April.
Sign me up. This time I want more samples. Oh, you're the worst host
I
ever.
can't afford it. Broke, motherfucker. Look at this shit.
I work at Dollar Tree.
Was this Power Man 5000?
Greg seriously, of all the singers I've ever had, I've been in a lot of bands, Greg was the best singer, man.
He was a great
Oh
singer.
my God.
For that newer rock shit, look at him go.
He's got the kilt.
Look at that sexy dude with the Chevy shirt on.
Dude, you know what I realized? That during all these songs, they tuned me out completely. It's just you.
It wasn't on purpose. We
They
probably lost to like a
They
view.
tuned me out completely. You can't hear me at all.
It's because the amp.
It was. No, it wasn't that amp. You had a line. You had a valve. You had a valve, didn't you?
Nope. That was when I first got the amp, I thought. Was I wrong?
I thought you had. There's your pedal.
Nope, my pedal board. Watch.
God,
Hold
Greg
on,
Johnson,
hold
you're
on.
so good. Greg Johnson, you have to do this fucking podcast.
Do the podcast.
I'll text him.
Text him right now.
I don't have my phone, bitch. You told me that's one of the rules was no phones, no nudity, no phones. I can't get naked.
Look what amp I got. Look what amp I got back there.
Do you
look
have
what,
the Paul Reese Smith?
Look what amp I got. That
You
was when I
do.
first bought it.
You do. I had the valve still, and I felt like ass. Now I
No
have.
offense. Brandon came up to me in the middle of the gig. He's like,
I know.
dude, I can fucking...
No, I get it.
You're fucking tearing up with that amp.
I get it
It's
because
that-
you know what?
It's that amp.
I get it. No, I do. I get it because the valves. As a party foul. The valves were they were good when they first came out. I think, Ed, don't you agree?
This is the original faceplate on that amp. You can see. I'll put it in the video.
Don't you agree though? The
I had,
valves,
I had a custom made red one put on that.
right? It's pretty, by the way. But don't you agree though that the valves when they first came out were cutting
Dude.
edge? They were cutting edge because nobody had nobody. There was Marshalls. There was Mezabookies. There was a lot of the ones out
I
there.
say it again.
Mezaboogie. there was a lot of those out there that had.
Hey, look, it's your butt buddy. He's right here.
Ooh. No, he's a good friend of mine.
He's a great guitar player too.
He really is.
He is.
I like Rob. He's a great guy.
What's his name?
Matt Roberts.
He's a good guy.
Matt Roberts. You know, you should have him on the show next time. Seriously.
He's a good guy.
Matt's a good guy. I really respect Matt. Matt's kind of like you with me. Really is. Matt and I go back and forth. Matt he'll send me a text out of the blue, and it'll be the emojis, the two fingers pointing together, and a chicken head. So no cock touching, no pee touching. So
I want to tell you, he's a good guitar player. He should have been the one playing in this band.
You know what? We're not gonna go there. I thought you liked me, motherfucker.
Look at that receding hairline on that motherfucker up
Dude,
on the right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you did a good job. We played some tough shit. We played some Sway, some Cold Chamber Sway.
Shh, let's listen.
That was Cold Chamber.
I fucked up on the solo on that song.
It's bad again. My good bro. This was Seven Dust, right?
Praise.
Yeah.
I wish that band was still going.
I'm gonna tell you right now, of all the bands I've been in, this was probably one of the hardest bands I was in. As far as music goes, it was hard. Not music, not skill wise, but it was hard, heavy shit.
It's the most I've ever drank in.
It was. No, seriously, this is why he drinks like he does. Because Ed, I want to tell you right now, Ed's a great guy, but I did have a tendency to make Ed drink a little bit because I'm not OCD I'm being honest.
You're honest. You're okay.
You're OCD as fuck.
I'm OCD as fuck.
He really is. If I play something a little bit different than what Ed plays it, he's not happy. Drink, motherfucker. Party foul. So, oh my God, that was so smooth.
Ultimate guitar versus live videos to learn.
So, I would come to practice, and Ed can contest this. I'd go to Ed's house. I'd have a song ready to go. I'm like, I'm ready to go. And so we would start playing the song, and about 3/4 of the way through the song, Ed's like, he's like crawling out of his skin. No, God damn it, no. And one of the songs that we did was a Breaking Benjamin song. Remember that? It was
which one? Breath?
Breath. No, it was.
It wasn't Cognicide. It was Chimida Code.
We did a Breaking Benjamin song.
Keep talking.
I think it was So Cold or
no. Breath.
No, it was So Cold because I was doing that and I was doing it wrong, and you were just going crazy because Ed is, oh my God, I love him like a brother, but he pisses me off. I love you, man. I love you, but you piss me off. And so he's like, dude, you're doing this all fucking wrong.
He was.
That's what he said. He's not lying, and I'm not lying. I respect him. I respect him like a brother, but he's like, dude, you're doing this all wrong. And so he had to correct me how I'm doing that song. And you know what? At the end of the day, I respect you because you taught me how to do songs right. Seriously. I'm the kind of guy, I want to do things 99% correct. Ed wants to do things 105% correct.
I'm an asshole.
No, you're not an
That's
asshole.
how I roll.
You're not an asshole.
Do I not roll as an asshole?
I don't think you are.
I am.
I don't think you are. I've known you for long enough now that I know how you are. So you just want to do things right.
I do.
And I get it. And I want to tell you right now, folks, out there in the audience, that when you're on stage, am I not right? We did Bad Company by Five Finger Death Punch, and he rolls his eyes, but he learned that fucking solo. Did you not?
I just didn't have the right effect.
No, stop. He learned he learned all the fingering on that solo, all of it, everything down to a T. And
because I cared, but I realized, you know what? Fuck Five Finger Death Punch. They're like Nickelback.
No, I love
metal.
Them. So they've been at follow. So anyway, so Ivan Moody and all those guys, I love those guys. But anyway, so he learned the Five Finger Death Punch version of that song completely, of the solo and everything. And Ed was so hard on himself because he'd fuck up 3/4 way through the song. You remember that? You remember that, right?
I fucked up the solo.
No. He'd fuck it up in practice. And you're like, God damn it, you stopped the whole song and you would constantly go through it. And it was one of those things where At the time, it was annoying, but looking back at it, I appreciate it because Ed is a stickler for detail. And I'm telling you right now, the guy is he's a soloist all the way through and through. He does bands. He does the one guitar player band type thing. And if you go to one of his shows, you're going to appreciate what the time he puts into a song. If he plays the song, you know that he's put tons and tons of time into that song to learn it. And you're gonna walk away from that song knowing that it's played right. Am I not right?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're in the band with him, you're pulling your fucking hair out. That's why I'm bald. You're pulling your fucking hair out because you're like, God damn it, it's close enough. And he's like, no, it's not right. It's not fucking right. And
thank you. I'm all right with that.
I appreciate. I
keep talking. You're doing a good job.
I appreciate Ed Madison because he pushed me. He has pushed me and pushed me and pushed me to be a better guitar player because of how he is. And but he's also got me to the point where I'm no longer in another guitar player band. I do bands with this one guitar player because of Ed. Because I've seen that with him. And I'm not saying anything bad about Brandon or the other guys I've played bands with. But my thing is I get that. Guitar players are they're weird people. They really are. They're kind of egotistical when they play their stuff. They think they're all the best. And Ed will contest to this as well. But every guitar player I've ever ran into, they always think they're the best guitar player out there. Right, Ed?
I'm not the best guitar.
You really are. No, you are good. Ed's great. But I play with Brandon Whitaker. And Brandon Whitaker, he comes across as he's a very laid back kind of guy. He doesn't take a big ego, but Brandon and I, you ask Brandon, him and I've gotten to some very big fights because I'll play something one way, he'll play something another way, and he heard it this way and I've heard it that way, and we'll fight over that song because he thinks he's right, I think I'm right, but you know what? At the end of the day, we're still really good friends, and that's what's important, Ed.
Milli Vanilli.
Pretty much, I'm Millie, he's Vanilli. So,
I have to close my one eye just to see what I'm doing.
Are you drunk?
Yeah, I'm drunk.
I'm not drunk. Seriously, I figured I would be by now, but I'm tipsy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tipsy as hell. So, how much time do we have on this thing right now?
An hour and 22 minutes.
All right, so that's good. So anyway, Ed has inspired me to play guitar. Him and I still talk about guitar playing, and so anyway, so with that being said, we balance ideas off each other a little bit, but to the point where I'll come up with Ed. There's been a few songs that when I was in the band Blitzkrieg Squid. Ed would send me the tablatures of the correct way of playing this, and so when I get these emails from Ed, I would roll my eyes and pretty much I'd look them over. But my philosophy is as long as it sounds good, who gives a fuck, really, honestly? Because in 25 years, who's gonna remember the song? Nobody will. They're not going to remember how you play it. They're going to remember that they had a good time, maybe at best, but they're not going to remember how you played the song. They're not going to care. And so, but Ed's philosophy is just completely different than mine, and it makes you a better player because it makes you learn the song the correct way. We played some Savelle songs in the past. Remember that? We played
which ones?
What's one that we played? We played Face to the Floor. We played the other one. Was not Clones? But what is that one? We played
Face to the Floor. Vitamin R.
Huh?
Vitamin R.
Not Vitamin R. What's the other one we played? It's what is it? Come on, Ed. You know it.
Are we still recording? You know what's funny?
What's that? Holy shit. This show is sponsored by Scotch. What song did we play? Was not the Clincher. That was the Clincher? Yeah, it was the Clincher. We played the Clincher. And do you have that song up there? Pull it up.
We're about done here. I'm fucking drunk.
All right.
See you next time.